Hey, 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 what's up, y'all? It's Michelle here at Angel Insight. I'm so happy to be here. I've been wanting to go live with this oracle. The humpback whale has been with us for months, y'all. And the messages coming in are for the next 6 months. So when you find this, whenever you find this reading, these messages are for the next 6 months. Wisdom of the humpback whale. Okay, so this energy and the story that's coming in collectively, we're gonna get into this collective message real quick for you, and then we'll break it up. But basically, we have this energy of what's called a whale fall. So when a whale dies, there is this really actually very long process that it goes through to become the foundation of life itself. So the whales are the giants of the sea. And when they die, there's a mourning process in the pods. And when the actual fall happens, the whale sinks all the way to the bottom, you know, many depths, and actually creates an environment and creates necessary food for an environment that's waiting for them, waiting to be activated, if you will. And it goes through a series of components, series of stages where the whale itself actually becomes part of a living reef, which has to do with all about community in the ocean. So, such a beautiful process. This is the story, this is the energy, this is the wisdom that the humpback whale is bringing in. Okay. And we've got some, we're going to share some stuff here that wanted to definitely be shared. I did share this message previously, but just in case you missed it, this was a channeled message from the Whale Collective. To slave is to rave an idea that's not yours, a thought that doesn't feel right, an action out of sync, or a feel that's not real. Go slow, find the flow, listen to the echoes and the bellows of that which strikes a pose or prose. Awaken to your song, follow the beat of your feet, shimmy and shake. Quake oats, moats, boats, travel in your Sunday best and make sure to take time to rest. The whale is coming in at this time to assist us to end, align, right? Evolve and begin again. This is the period that the whale is going to come into. So this was a previous message kind of shared just in case you missed that. When we went into when the whale's been coming forward for months, okay? Months and months and months. And I thought I had it marked here. Okay, yes, I do. So we're just going to go into this energy. It came in about June, about 4 months ago, okay? And when it came in, it was as big as a car. As big as a car is what I heard from them, heard when it first came in, okay? But when we're talking about whale medicine, there's certain energy here that I'm going to be sharing that I've been in some research that I've been urged to share with you. So in this collective part of the message, whale medicine is awakened, and now it must die to support the newness down deep within each of us. Okay, this is related to our sacred heart healing. There's a couple components that come in here. Those who find this reading or this particular oracle, I'm getting those who've been working through about 4+ years. You have worked too close to the portals of trauma on different timelines. And this is kind of elongated and brought you in. And so you're getting little tidbits of different challenges you've been working on. But what we're trying to say here is the whale was once to have lived on land millions of years ago. Giants on land and giants in the sea. Um, Created in you by the Fae, which is an evolution of the angels. Okay, they were forced to be nomads when in Lemuria, and they went underwater and they shape shifted and been shape shifting. And this is the medicine. They carry deep secrets. Okay, so this is all coming in as story. Different tidbits are going to connect for you, but Mu is on the rise again, my friends. Whale medicine people are coded in the DNA to understand sound frequencies that bring up records of the memories of ancient knowledge. And to find this knowledge, your heart must be in harmony. And so the humpback whale, comes in first to rescue you, as the humpback whale is known to rescue those who are being bullied in the deep message. Second, to sacrifice and nourish something down deep inside you. You've learned from this medicine. When you come in here, you've been brought here because you've learned from this medicine. You are a huge energy. You are working on the knowledge to bring harmony into your heart. So, and that's the challenge, so that your soul can sing, make the sound. All right. You hear frequencies. You're most likely psychically developed, telepathic, clairaudient. What's kind of interesting about whale medicine is you kind of fall into your gifts as you need them. So you just know things. Okay. So this is all letting you know you're in the right space. Now, there's this story that came up that I'm getting to share here, that most of you don't know why you know what you know, but you just know. Okay. And you're meant to hold on to those knowings and to trust in yourself, your intuition. Frequency is used to heal the mental body. And it's the mental body, which is the quality of our divine masculine energy. Okay. Which affects the steps and the actions taken in relation to what we receive. Okay, so we are talking about the structure here of your divine masculine, okay, and using your imagination, your creativity inspired on what you receive. All right, so there's this story of this octopus energy, which is one of the first scavengers on the whale fall. So the humpback whale comes up to interrupt and to bump this bully out of action, so to speak. And in the process, dies and falls only to begin anew. And one of the first things that scavengers is the octopus. And this is a reflection of Atlantis, okay? Of being able to, think of the octopus, how smart they are, how they can get out of everything, which was why, which is why whale medicine is using the voice as your frequency to release tension of stress from the past or anxiety in the future. So the whale has fallen to evolve you, to release the frequency of separation, and instead of creating a whole new world based in harmony. Okay, it is an alignment, it is an evolution. The portals that I mentioned that are closing, the portals of trauma that are closing in this whale fall, this huge collective energy, they involve the Earth Star or Atlantis dimension, the sacral or Lemuria, the solar plexus or Mu. And all of these affect the upper chakras, the crown, which is how you receive them to divine, your trident, your big three, okay, being able to focus, have vision, right? And clarity, and your throat chakra, being in your authenticity. So this is everything that we're talking about here. Okay. All right. Now, this is the energy. I'm doing my best to kind of set the stage here. And what I'm going to share next is another channeled message. I heard the word fascination. which can be defined as the state of being intensely interested or captivated by something, often accompanied with a feeling of wonder and delight. So allow fascination to guide you. Okay. When I went into this energy, I was feeling pressure on the front of the abdomen. I was feeling various tingles inside my brain, the pituitary gland chakra. I was getting a masculine energy, that octopus energy. It creates this wound to the sacred heart, which causes the disharmony of our heart song. Okay. And so this is an evolutionary time where we can heal this, friends. Okay. We can heal this. We can move through these energies, align, and end the trauma, right? Align, evolve, and then start anew. Okay. And start anew. So, caught in a tailspin, feel you'll never win. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles float to the surface. The pressure is rising and it can feel surprising. Let me show you how to blast the stones that get in your way. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start over with that. I missed the first part. Separation is preparation. This is a message for you all, the collective. Separation is preparation for evolution and resolution. Together, you tether the weather of being battered and scattered. Have you found your sound, or do you clatter? If the latter, fall into the silence. I feel like I messed this whole thing up. So let's read it one more time. Caught in a tailspin, feeling you'll never win. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles float to the surface. The pressure is ringing, or the pressure is rising, and it can feel surprising. Let me show you how to blast the stones that get in your way. Separation is preparation for evolution and resolution. Together, you tether the weather of being battered and scattered. Have you found your sound, or do you clatter? If the latter, fall into the silence. Fall into the silence. Okay? So we've kind of set the stage of this collective energy. To you, it may feel ambiguous. To me, it's awesome to kind of be translating this information. I'd love to get your feedback. This energy is going to be over the next 6 months. Please come back in and out. Many of you will have one whale. Some of you will have all four. Okay. So you might want to getting a little message here. If you have all four, you can say, which one are we starting with? What is the time frame? And you can come back to this oracle over these next 6 months to guide you. Okay? All right, we're going to start right now, 1314. Okay, I love that. 1314. The Hawaiian humpback whale is the one that you chose. And this particular whale is actually what's called a spy hop. This is actually a very rare and magical event to capture, and you are going to be experiencing quite a bit of magic. So we've got the angels, the archangels are coming in. They want to teach you something, and what they want to teach you about is this ending, okay, and this new beginning for your divine masculine. It's like you're close to spirit. You're a medicine person, sacredness. I feel you're part of this tribe, this rainbow tribe. Okay. And the archangels want to talk to you how to get movement, how to end this cycle. This is something within you, friends. Okay. So this is just for you. It's not between you and another. This is all about allowing this information to come in. And it's like spirit is all around you to help assist you how to synthesize. Okay. So it's like you've alchemized this wound. You're very aware. You've been walking the process. Good job, Knuckles. And it's like now you're at this point where you're kind of putting all these things together. You're assimilating all this information. And that's why the archangels are here. They want to teach you how to synthesize, create movement, and then how to rationalize this information so that you can bring that mental body into balance, bring balance into that mental body so that the quality of your masculine can really stay focused and listen to your intuition so that you can be congruent, okay? So that you can be congruent. So let's get started with the archangels. We're going to do some shuffles here. Okay, we've got number 37. This isn't ending with you. It's all about balancing your authenticity, okay? And it's like to do that, we've got, see these feathers, this third time, I can hear it. It's like, you're close to spirit. So you get messages, but the feathers in themselves might be a message for you. Let me know what they speak to you in the comments. I'd love to know. But to me, they're talking about something falling off. And what's interesting when I say falling off, I love that we've got this whitening with this blue. I just really love this because it's like there's this shadow, and that's what this whale fall is all about. It's been interrupted. It's falling off. It's finally able to move into this whitening, to turn into wisdom, right? To claim your power back, to reclaim your connection, right? And at the same point in time, really stepping into your most authentic self. Okay, so here we go. Some messages from the archangels. To embark on the journey of the heart is far more complex than one may have realized. So your angels and guides are bringing you here first and foremost to tell you that you are doing great. Again, knuckles to you. You are moving through the steps. It's time to get some movement. You've actually been felt maybe held back. Pause. I'm getting like a pause button. And what's interesting is you're ready for movement, but there's been so much more happening. So really take time to rest and bring in that balance. Okay. When I went into your energy, I could feel an energy that wanted to come into my field. And I was hearing, you don't love me, which kind of started this mental chatter. Like, hey, bada, 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 swing, bada. So I then heard, stop the madness. This affects what you put out. So you got to stop this stinking thinking. You've got to rise above this mental chatter. Okay, now if you particularly chose if you particularly chose pile number 2, I have a bonus message for you, and that is, this is ground control to Major Tom with a channeled message, flip flop, getting tropics vacation, Margaritaville. So did you choose pile number 1 and 2? That's a bonus message for you. So the angels want to help assist you to move that mental chatter. We're going to roll the dice for your next pile. And the blue die that we're going to roll together, here it is. Okay. This blue die symbols harmony, what harmony means to you. Okay, so let's first see what the angels have to say about moving this mental chatter. It definitely something wants to fall off. How can we keep a higher perspective, right? And how can we also not tunnel vision, okay? No tunnel vision, right? This is a new beginning for you, okay? And it's like you're coming out of this and it doesn't feel like it because in a lot of ways you've been going through it. You've been going through it so much. So let's go ahead and look at this first card, which we're going to read. Archangel Zachiel is with you. Number 26. How can you collaborate and integrate as we go through? How can you know that you are protected? That all of this is the purple flame. Look, it's like being wielded in your favor. So you are so protected. Know that. All right. Archangel Zachiel coming here. Let's go ahead. He wants to be read. Wants to be read. Number 26, I love Archangel Zachiel, of course. I cannot even mention without mentioning the Violet Flame Prayer. You can find that on my page here because Zachiel talks about freedom and transmutation, Okay. And this is where we're starting for you. This is, I said that mu is coming back, right? And this is the message about this freedom and transmutation to begin freely again, is what I'm getting here. This has a lot to do with taking your power back. You may feel more empowered. You may have experienced something recently. I'm getting yes, that makes you feel more empowered, stronger, more confident. And this is shown here as one of the ascended masters. And of course, all who find this are on the ascended master path. This could be Saint Germain, the great alchemist. Zachiel's name means grace of God or righteous of God. He is the angel of freedom, benevolence, transfiguration, and forgiveness. He helps release negativity and transmutes limiting beliefs through thought patterns so that we can live in freedom. This begins with holding ourselves in forgiveness and in similar ways working with Jeremiah, which is interesting. That was the card that I showed you that was holding the pearl, to almost like allow what you're going through to allow you to journey, to have mercy for your own shortcomings. Zachiel helps you to see the higher perspective and to rise above the idea of what's right and wrong, good, bad, instead of polarizing, more seeing what's harmonious and in the middle, friends. Yeah. To see every situation in our lives as a great blessing or a lesson. He helps to free us from the outdated victimhood or the guilt that transforms the lower thoughts, the emotions into loving, hopeful wishes and prayers, guiding towards inner bliss. And with this coming up and with all that we're talking about, this is why you've been led here. This is for you, whatever you have been experiencing. And I do feel like it's been kind of a lot. I'm feeling some mishaps. I'm feeling some worry, some stress. Mary's here. Oh, I'm so glad you're on too. Yay. And and it's like, do not accept that these will be commonplace, friends. Pile number one, do not accept that these will be commonplace. Spirit is coming in to really relieve that mental chatter because this mental chatter is affecting what you're bringing in. Okay, what you're bringing in. So this is the energy. We're going to be losing something. So this is what Archangel Zachiel says to you. This is what he wants to teach you. Free yourself from limitations. Imprisonment is an illusion, for no one can imprison your heart or mind. Choose to feel free and allow any perceived blocks to dissolve. Okay? So this is so huge. Now, for some of you, if you are feeling like something is hung up, I am getting like some of you might want to do what I like to call a forgiveness ritual. Write down everything that you want to forgive yourself and others. You can burn it. It's all about your intention. And that brings in this fire. It brings in this fire. You can also, I'm getting, yeah, look up the violet flame prayer, okay, that can assist you to kind of find what I like to call neutral, okay? And it's like when you enter the valley of neutrality, it is amazing what can be grasped. Does that make sense? Okay. What can be grasped? All right. So we're going to keep moving. We're going to move into a different direction. You've been on the move. Okay. It's feeling a little hot and cold. You've been feeling a little blinded. Okay. And it's just like there's this expansion. Okay. How you feel and that mental chatter, because it kind of roars things up. I mean, it's normal. It happens for all of us. So when that's happening, it creates this kind of like hot environment. And the hot environment causes this constriction. Okay. Whereas in the other way, there's like this freeze, like almost like this deer in the headlights. So what we're looking for is harmony. So I'm getting in the middle, okay, the sweet spot for you. Let's keep going. How else can we synthesize our masculine energy? Okay. Keep in mind this is an ending for you. Keep in mind this is going over the next 6 months, and it's not just poof, right? It's not just poof. Um, but this is really all about this structure. I love that we had the number 4. We have the number be one with that structure of moving, but then here we have balance with the 1 and create the structure of alchemy for you. Okay. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference there? Okay. So, what are we talking about here? Look at this. The structure of alchemy, like this feels very good. Okay. I feel like you've done a lot of work here. Pile number 1. Good job. It's like, but I don't want to say but. And when I say and, it's like, yes, there's this alchemy that's happened. Like you have created this alchemy. You've been working in that laboratory, right? And Archangel Zachiel wants to teach you more. But it's like once you alchemize, it's all about synthesizing and then rationalizing so that you can close out that full cycle. It's not just about the alchemy, okay? This is what I'm getting. But alchemy is really, I'm getting important to you. We've got the surf here. We've got the light tower. We're talking about this whale fall energy. You've been in these emotions. I definitely feel it's coming through in your pile so strongly. Okay. And it's like, we've got all these emotions, but we've got these, look at the animals, they're coming in. This is also reminding me of, you know, not the Last Testament. Oh my gosh, the Revelation. Okay, this is that energy of this angelic, the face of man, the lion, the bull, and the eagle, close to spirit, right? Humanity. We've got the bull here and the lion reminds me of the wound, and the bull reminds me of the will. How can we synthesize and bring this all into balance, right? So that we can slow the waves, so that we can claim that power back. You see this? But also rise from the will into this unconditional love, knowing that we've got the goods. Okay. So it's like we're squashing this doubt out. We're squashing this doubt out. There's Jeremiah. When I was saying Jeremiah, this is so interesting because this was what was coming up with Archangel Zachiel. Okay. And so we have this heat. Look at this. We have this heat, the violet flame, and then we have this freezing. And this energy is coming up between the balance, the harmony in the heart. So for you, it's this energy of Mu, okay, and of this Egyptian energy, and it's like this. These colors are coming through. This red and black energy and this yellow energy, and it's this mysticism. It creates all this magic, and if you pay attention, you can literally watch it play out in front of you. Stay loyal to yourself. Follow the stars. Part of this energy, friends, part of this energy of what you've been working on, part of this structure of alchemy, right? This Metatron, this structure of balance with the 1 is all about, in some ways being tested. So I feel this energy playing out, okay, in front of you. And it's almost like a test of the universe. It is a test of the universe. You can do this. Allow this, be loyal to yourself, let it play out in front of you. Don't get twisted into the emotions. That's why this transmutation is coming in, this ice energy, this purple and gold energy of Jeremiah and Zachiel, the rays of the violet flame coming in. It's just so magical. Let's look at this. Look at this. This This is so amazing because this is what I'm getting. Look at the alchemy. Where's this alchemy happening? I want to pull you down here for just a moment because I'm looking at your cards here. Look at, I told you, purple and gold. We've got these royal colors stepping into this kingdom, this kingship, this queendom to match your kingdom. This is within yourself. You're alchemizing both sides of yourself. You're really stepping into it, you're becoming congruent. I love this. This is the Valkyrie. Okay. We're going to read this card because it wants to come forward with you. How do you synthesize? This is it. We've got the runes here. She's got the runes on her actual armor. Are you an oracle? Do you do oracle cards? Do you do the runes? Are you open to the runes? Will the runes come up today? They're over here on the other side. That would be a big thing for you, I would think. Are you an orator? Okay. Are you an orator? Is this how you've alchemized? You bring in this alchemy, this chariot, this fast moving energy. Let's read this. It feels so powerful. Okay. About how you can integrate this energies we're talking, this balance between the fire and the cold, relying on the alchemy, but bringing in the energy to take motion with that. Okay. And this is and pulling it all together. So let's go ahead and see what message wants to come through here. Tell number one, I'm feeling the passion. I'm feeling so much passion for you. Yeah, look at this power. What an angel to call at the start of this incredible new era of change. Let's go. Look at you. You're like Wonder Woman, but on your own, okay? This is a fierce Norse Valkyrie warrior in this card. Powerful. Galgaliel's duty is to help us to raise our personal vibration, okay? And remember that it's not just vibration. We're going to translate that into frequency to bring up your frequency. And this is particularly useful as we collectively raise the frequency of the planet. Yes, because as the frequency raises and as your frequency raises, so does your energy match. Okay, what did I tell you? We're creating an ending to find this balance, to find this harmony. Okay, and from this ending, we're going to align, evolve, and start anew. And look at this energy. You are so powerful. So, what does this mean? All energy is constantly moving. Even that which appears to be solid, stationary, would vibrate when viewed at microscopic level. When something is very fast moving, it's harder to see with the naked eye. Light is an example of this, as are angels. On one exponential scale, our lighter emotions vibrate at a higher, faster rate than our so called lower emotions, which is why they can feel heavy and have a tendency to get stuck in the body. But have no fear, your Norse warrioress is here to help you release the energy blocks, and your humpback whale also came into the rescue to let you start anew, to feed things down deep, to start anew. All right? And this is a collective energy that we all can participate in. So, but these blockages are preventing us from experiencing our highest possible timeline. And so, as we raise our emotional frequency, and how do we do that, pile one? By shutting down that mental chatter. Okay? You raise your emotional frequency, which allows you to bring back in alignment with the creator. So it's so interesting that you have an energy that's kind of like messing with your divine masculine, if you will. Most likely it's your own shadow, friends. Don't worry, you're fine. And what's happening is it raises your emotions, and then receiving from the creator is off, and you are meant to receive. Okay? Look at these powerful angels coming in to teach you. All right? To teach you a little bit more. So, our highest source of light and love with the creator. So, this angel has the power to harness and control powerful energy vortexes. She directs into our energy field and chakra system to clear negativity and transform anything that is stuck. All right. She is known as the head of the Galgamim, otherwise known as the chariots of the Merkaba, the light body. And my friends, most likely why you have had such an interesting process is you don't have just the regular old shadows. You have some shadows that have kind of taken a life on their own within your light body. Okay. And this affects what you receive. And so, Spirit is here to teach you how to cleanse that light body. She governs the wheel of the sun, the energy and vibration. Her color is beautiful yellow gold and dazzling sunlight. She's a solar angel. And how can you, like Superman, replenish in the sun, friends? This is what helps heal that light body. Your power, here's a message. Your power comes from God. It is the essence of love. Do not be afraid to use your power for good. Claim back your sovereignty and give yourself permission to follow your inner guidance. Take control of the steering wheel of your life. The whale fall has happened. It's a big car. Your Merkaba is ready to change direction. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay? Because this energy, this is what's going. We're going to the left. We're losing. We're alchemizing. We're finding this harmony and this balance. Okay. Now we're going to actually. So this is how we get the movement going. Now we're going to roll the die. Okay. Number three. Okay. So over here in the piles, I've got 8 piles. We're going to grab pile number 3, which happens to be, more archangel support. So your archangels, your angels are here. You were brought here to learn. So we've already said something about the sunlight with your light body. It is part of your evolutionary process, part of how you transmute energies. Okay, so really go in deep to that. Trust your own intuition. Of course, we've got the number 3 coming in. We're talking about balance. We're talking about this alchemy. Okay, there's this evolutionary change. Look at the colors. I pre-shuffled, and this is for you. Look at it's like you have felt forgotten. Okay, but you are not. You have this evolution happening at this moment. It is divinely timed. These lilies are speaking about this renewal process that's happening for you. Be ready to transform. Be ready to transform. Let's go ahead and see. We're going to do 5 shuffles, 5 cards, because this is a change for you. Okay, this is a change. Just listen to your instincts, follow your north. This is something within you. Okay, this is you will be guided. This is part of your evolutionary process. Yeah, look at that. You will be guided to your 6th sense. Okay, it will be drawn to you. You may not have visual. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm getting you're a feeler anyway. These are these red and yellow, these mystic Harry Potter colors. You are a mystic. You have the ability to manipulate energy. You're an orator, and it's all about synthesizing and following and getting it all congruent, right? Getting it all congruent, okay? And so as we look at this first card, the doves come out as we go back, okay? So it's like first we moved in this direction. I'm sorry. First we have spirit coming in. I said lefty loosey. I meant kind of tightening things up, tightening the ship, really focusing on this ending. And now we have the archangels coming in to really help you unwind and help you through this shift. Watch for messages, okay? An olive branch is coming your way. I love that. That's the name of our food truck. There's an alignment. It's going to come through others. It's going to feel really good. And you yourself as well. I said orator, sharing these messages, sharing the message. You are a teacher, okay? It's like this process that you've been through and that you are experiencing, you're meant to teach others about this. So spread the messages. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid. Start with simple conversations, move from there. Um, Interesting. I'm getting some of you have channels, classes, people are talking and resonating with your messages. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because that transformation is coming. It's coming. And this is a royal transformation. This is an up leveling, an evolutionary up level. Okay. This is not just a regular, I don't know how to say that. Not that I want to say, yeah, look at the swan. Okay. This is the swan song. This is, realizing, that you are this most beautiful, charismatic, that you have all these skills. And in a lot of ways, you felt like the ugly duckling for so long that you didn't have your place. But let me tell you, as you freeze those emotions, as you find the balance and concentrate what's in your heart, and look at that sun, and allow that sun, and both of these cards, allowing that sun, look at this partnership, look at this affecting your relationships. So we've got this coming in, this llama energy coming in with these emotions of this freezing, okay? Being loyal to self, of freezing these things, hey, just because you're seeing something in your mind's eye doesn't mean it's true. Ask, does this match what is really happening? Because with this energy, part of this is to have that unconditional love, that no matter what is happening, no matter what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're touching, what you're feeling, you are sovereign, you are free, you are part of the creator. And so you will always be taken advantage of. And now if it feels in your cycle that you are downhill, you're in the valley, all comes into balance, all comes into alignment. Okay. And it's like, that's what I'm feeling here. Separation coming together. Look at all this beautiful, this sun. And remember, got goosebumps. I'm being reminded. Pile number 2, you're literally hanging out in the sun if you chose both. Another solar, the camel. Okay. The camel coming across here with this cherub energy. Okay. This Atlantean, this is falling in this place of this Atlantean energy. What a journey you've been on. And it's like you have the ability to synthesize, to create the alchemy, right? And to not and to be the alchemist. You've been on this journey. It's been an ascension pathway for you. You're getting a second, I'm hearing you're getting a second chance, okay? Because maybe that mental chatter took over in a previous time. And it's like this energy is coming up again. You have everything you need for this journey, by the way. As long as you allow yourself, this camel, it's like this caravan, and it's just like this, you're not stopping for water, so you're not really falling into the emotions. You're taking the steps one at a time. And yes, sometimes it feels hot, but it's like you have everything you need to make this journey, right? And that's what I'm feeling here. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. This is something, I'm getting this bull, like there's this, I'm going to pull you down a little bit. There's this bull, this long neck here on this camel, and this bull is like kind of like coming forward here. And this bull is saying to me, this Taurus energy, you're manifesting this. You're manifesting this journey. Okay, this journey of enlightenment, this journey of connection, of bringing the balance for yourself, but also rising in that frequency. Do you see this? Such a beautiful card. You are so powerful. Just don't forget that. Don't forget that. The dolphin's here to let you know Everything you need is here. You're not alone. It's all about staying in balance. It's all about finding the breath, okay? Focusing on play, renewal. So it's like for you, pile number one, it's such a strong message for you really to focus on balance in all arenas, okay? On all arenas to develop that sixth sense, right? To develop that sixth sense, to allow yourself to learn as you go, is what I'm hearing here. Okay, to learn as you go. And it's like this is just it's you're just gonna fall into it. It's like you're just like the bat. You feel hung up, and it's like this energy is gonna release. There's this nutritional value happening in this whale fell to your emotional body, and it's like you're just gonna feel released and free to go, and it's gonna be instinctive. Is what I'm feeling here. Aw. This is the center. This is what we're going to read. Look at this energy. You have not felt good enough. You have not felt like you're meant for something. And let me tell you, you are meant for everything. Everything. Do not lose sight of that. Let's read this donkey. Keep your heart open no matter what. No matter what happens, keep your heart open. You are here to be that example to others. So if something's getting you upset, hey, we're normal. We're normal humans. We react, but how can we learn from that reaction? How can we find the balance? And more than anything, how can we take the stance to be the example? Okay. And because you have certain skill sets from this journey, from this process that you've been on, okay? And it's like this is ready to pay forward for you. Okay, let's look. Donkey. It's all about balance, okay? It's all about the balance, guys. It really, really is. What's in here? There's some light codes in here. Following your north, finding your authenticity. Again, we're kind of dealing with that throat chakra, okay? Taking your power back, finding out who you truly are, who you truly are. Donkeys come from Sirius, first incarnating in the wild, as the wild asses who roamed the huge herds in the wild arenas of Mesopotamia. Their souls desired to experience freedom, endurance, and companionship. Later, when many were captured, domesticated, and put to work by humans, they became known as donkeys. They still endure separation from their loved ones, burdensome work, and often humiliation, as this life is a challenging initiation for them. And this is really how it's been for you. Archangel Mary is with them, helping to keep their hearts open. Archangel Gabriel also encourages and helps them. He will assist you with the tests in life if you connect energetically to the donkey. It is the donkey that carried Mary across the desert in her time of need, stepping up at just the right time. Donkeys are the animal representations of the Brotherhood of the Golden Robe. I am not surprised to see that. Wow. Those who clear planetary karma through their own energetic systems to help the world. Wow. Your gratitude. This is amazing. And this is what I was feeling. And the sun is coming in to help you regenerate and to rejuvenate. The spiritual hierarchy chooses this humble animal to carry the Virgin Mary to Bethlehem in order to acknowledge and reward. Here's your guidance. This card indicates that you have been through or still undergoing some sort of test or initiation. I was definitely feeling that. You may feel it's been unfair, but your soul undertook it in advance so that so that you could get to a higher spiritual level, so that you could align to something bigger. Such challenges help you develop the qualities of patience, forbearance, and courage. Accept these. Stay centered, calm, and keep your heart open. Use the experiences to strengthen yourself, and you will move into a higher spiritual level. Then everything will feel worthwhile as you will see it with enlightened eyes. When you pass an initiation, you are always rewarded. Yes, with every challenge comes a reward. So, something much better is coming into your life. When you receive this card, Archangels Mary and Gabriel touch you with love and encouragement. So we have these beautiful animals coming in, archangels coming in, the power of the all speaking to you. Allow them to guide you through this change, right? This change for you. And along with this change, were some other messages, okay? You've been feeling a lot in that heart chakra. I was getting when I went into this energy that the animals are talking about. I was getting this is what's coming in the next 6 months. Activations to your heart chakra, um, solar plexus, like something was taken away, and then your higher heart chakra. I literally am seeing activation of the rise of your divine masculine into your higher heart. Okay? So allow this song to come in to guide you. Sherry, 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 baby. Coming in by Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. What does that song mean to you? But I heard, gather the ingredients to evolve. Harmony is the key for you. Okay? So, pal number one, that's what I have for you. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope that this message resonates. Please leave me feedback. You know I love it. And I look forward to hearing about how this resonates for you. All right, let's go in pile number 2. 5214. All right, pile number 2. We have an interesting oracle coming in for you. Okay, we're going to go up the ladder and we're going to climb. Now, first of all, if you're a message number 2, but you also had message number 1, I want to remind you that there's a connection between pile number 1 and pile number 2. And that song that came in was, "This is ground control to Major Tom." So if you resonate with music, what does that speak to you? How can you go watch that video, hear that song? What comes in? What's happening when that song is playing? Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead. I have a little message here about that. That you're having an up level to your third eye. Yeah, it's interesting. Because what you're seeing, you are clairvoyant, and I get this because I see it too. What I see sometimes is based on the shadow, okay? And so, but that is not all aspects, pile number 2, okay? Now, why would this be happening? We've got the Green Witch Oracle coming in here, which really tells me a lot about you. We've got the North Pacific, okay? We're talking about the Central American humpbacks here. And when I went into your, as we got messages for you, first of all, I did an oracle recently. It's under the daily downloads from Far Away Oracle. I'll try to remember to put the link. I was getting that is for you. Wow, I just had a pop in my left ear. Interesting. Okay, take that. Far and Away, the movie in itself and the oracle, okay, is coming up for you. I have that written down. I heard let bygones lie, aka forgive and forget. You have been brought here. Your particular oracle is between you and another. Okay, so this is an oracle between you and another. Let's see. As I went into your energy, I was hearing, hold on. Okay, I'm so sorry. Uh, Let bygones lie, aka forgive and forget. To perceive and receive allows reprieve. To perceive and receive allows reprieve. Okay. So there's a lot about forgiveness here, understanding in the movie Far and Away. There's like two different ways of going about, and it's like having not judging others for their path, right? Okay. As I went into your energy, I was hearing the noose around your neck is getting looser, alleviating backward pressure that affects your throat and the upper chakras, especially the third eye, most notably, which in turn affects gut issues. Okay, so there's a connection to you between your third eye, your vision, okay, vision and your vision for yourself, okay, and others. This could be a relationship, right? It is a relationship. Um, but anyway, in times of trouble, no, not yet, okay, that affects your gut. So oftentimes, because of this lack of vision, it affects that gut, and we tend to give our power away, okay? So, let's see. You are here to create what you came here to build. So your angels want you to know, your guides want you to know that they brought you here to create what you came here to build, to let go of the thoughts of your mind and time, open and feel your heart, then start. Okay? Find the time, the rhythm, and the rhyme. Baseline, you're fine. So, again, we're talking about this mental energy. Okay. I feel like it's kind of a frazzly. I'm feeling a frazzle, snap, crackle, pop, those bubbles, popping. Okay. And it's like this particular energy is, is, if what I'm feeling is keeping you from moving a little bit. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to do here. The Greenwich Oracle wants to come in because this is actually for you, friends. This is part of your evolutionary. You're on the Ascended Master path. I teach Ascended Masters. That means that you came here to evolve into mastery. But what's interesting with the Greenwich Oracle, whenever we pull this out, it just means that you have had trauma on other lifetimes. So multidimensional trauma, okay? Where are we starting? We're starting with strength. What I think is very interesting is the number 19. I wrote this down under you. I wrote 19. One with clarity starts your newness. So you have been brought here to get some clarity. To get through and open this up and to find out what exactly are we dealing with here. Okay. This fennel, like what are we dealing with? All right. So this is between you and another. This particular whale has some damage to the left part of its tail. So you chose the one with the tail fin going down. This is called lob tailing. And this is a sign of dominance. And in this case, it is a sign of divine feminine dominance. You are actually asking, your angels and guides brought you here to step into your high priestess energy, your queendom. Own it. Okay? Own it. And it's like, this is difficult for you to do because it's been blocked for you before and it's created this muck. So let's go ahead and find out where we're going here. Let's look at, first of all, this energy. Okay, how did this energy of how it created for you? Okay, how did this energy come between you and another? And then we're going to look at the other side so that we can climb out of this energy and um, find time to come back together. Okay. So this is an ending, snap, crackle, pop. Okay. Things are about to pop. This can be nourished. I love this. It's harvest time as we speak. 1010. I told you, 1010. I was feeling this is a mastery level evolution for you. So these messengers could not be coming in at a better time for you. All right. So let's go ahead and see, what are we talking about at first? We're talking about a healing. We're starting at the base, okay? We're starting at the bottom. And at that base, if you think of a Jenga board, it's like this foundation. And in a lot of ways, I'm getting this foundation was very collapsible for you. This would be what comes in the Earth Star chakra, your connection with the Earth. Some would call this Atlantean timeline. It's like these ants kind of came in and they really kind of dissipated and ruined the foundation for you. But you are here to build that structure, to find the wisdom. And is this a bay leaf? Yeah. And it's like, and to purify that and to start anew. Okay. And bay leaves are actually great cleansers. They smell so good. So you can burn a bay leaf to cleanse the space around you. But there is lots of wisdom coming in to you about some of this faulty. There's a healing coming in to strengthen that foundation, but it's like you have spent lifetimes in this foundation and you have learned so much. This is the part of that sacred structure. This is what you're here to build. Okay, you're here to help build on that bay leaf, a purification system of that foundation. Okay, wow, that's that's really resonating. I wonder if this pile is for me. Okay, then we have this pumpkin, and I love this because look at that number 8. This is infinite. This is like really. It says productivity, but like pumpkins have all these seeds. They're so nourishing. You can make several things for them. They feed animals, they reproduce, and it's just like also getting this Cinderella effect. And it's like this is coming in on that root chakra. You haven't really felt very connected. You've been feeling kind of rolling in the deep, a little disconnected, a little bit on your own. But here we are, second time with you, talking about this harvest. Okay. So it's like divinely timed energy for you. Okay. Divinely timed energy for you. And here we go. We've got this tomato. Okay. You say tomato, I say tomato. This coming together of two. And it's like this third one. And so this is what I was feeling between you and another. This is definitely something between you, finding the balance, finding the link, remembering who you are, bringing in the balance in this relationship. And this is coming in that house of the divine feminine with this tomato and this love potion. Okay. And it's like falling in love with who you are and trusting that information. Spirit is bringing in this balance in this relationship. Okay. We've got this Libra energy coming in here. You could be watching for this Libra energy to play out, although I don't really follow that with the moon. But however, I'm getting like maybe in some more complex energies, okay, that could be affecting things for you. And it's just like it feels really juicy, okay? This connection, it feels really juicy. It looks great. It's not low. See how that third one's kind of falling off? It's not ripe and shiny and nourished. And it's like these two together, it's like it's plump, it's juicy, okay? I'm like, yeah, gosh, like, can I say that? It's like I can feel the juice like running, like it's juicy. All right, that's all I gotta say. All right, number 4, we've got these grapes. Why is it juicy? Because you have taken this challenge of the gods, really, to develop this individuality. This pairs with canite grapes. and it's like they're so nourishing. It is the nourishment of the gods, and this is coming in your solar plexus. You're being nourished, you're rising, and you've got this amulet here, and it's like this can take you to new places. You feel all this energy, and it's because it's an individualization. But trust me, friends, that happens after you find this is an ending for you to balance, to be who you are authentically, to find this healing. And this is individual to you so that you can build that structure to allow others the same. I feel like you've been building this. It's not complete though. Is it complete? Mm, no, it's not. It's not complete, but you've got a good start here. Okay, a really good start. So, how can we focus on gratitude, especially in this energy of harvest, as we let things fall? How can we just allow things as we let things fall? How can we allow things to open? Okay, fall, open. There's this expansion. Okay, and this pink roses are all about detoxification. Bob, can you let the dog in? And where is this happening? It's happening in this heart chakra. It's having this unconditional love for yourself. It's all about finding that harmony. Remember, the whale here is to nourish parts of yourself to help you heal your soul song, to feel in harmony. Okay. And this is a time, there's a period of renewal coming in here. And what I love more than anything, I see this. You see this right here? You see this, like, there's this circle, this garland. Bob! And it is exactly this flower. Look at that. Look at that connection. Gratitude for this healing. Okay? Gratitude for this healing. Now, geranium is a healing to the irritants, the bugs, the kinks. And I'm getting like, I was feeling this ant energy, but it could be other bug energies. This is an energy that I work with. The story comes in that they're kind of bug energies, and this is what the attunements help to heal. Ants in the infrastructure that make the foundation crack is chrysanthemum and petrified wood. And, but if we want to detoxify, we're going to use the rose and the lavender. So different medicines coming in. I'm mentioning this for purpose. I feel that you are a medicine woman. Okay. I do feel that. And yeah, apples. I was here, apples and oranges. And it's like you've got this chance, you've gone on this hero journey to see the center of the apple, right? Which is the seed. And here again, we have the separation. We have it sliced up. We have these two and one that's separated. Okay. And so it's just like through this partnership, it's really interesting. This is between you and another. I feel this relationship, and there's this third party, and it can be energetically. Okay. There's this energetics. And this is what's playing out. How can you collaborate and integrate? How can you find balance in that structure? Continue to have grace, continue to have gratitude during this harvest. It's like the seeds have all been planted. How can we harvest the fruit? And we've got the apples here. We've got the bugs being kept away from the pumpkins, okay? So it's just like we've got all this energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to read this grape energy. Sorry, I wanted to come back to this. We're going to read this because Spirit wants me to read it to you. So let's jump into that. Water fruits. All right. Stay where you are and grow what you need there. As this is a fertile time and place, grapes will indicate that magic is about, especially from the garden. So go out there and find opportunities and inspiration. And it's just like with this pumpkin, and I'm literally hearing it bippity boppity boo. Okay, there's this magic about you. Um, do you make, soaps? Do you have botanicals? Do you infuse? If you do, I'm getting this is a great pathway for you. Family stability, happiness, and tradition, and the way that they support you are all the things that should be remembered and implemented. Don't be disingenuous and be very careful not to cancel appointments. Okay? So allow the harmony to come in. Don't allow the heavy energies. Have the nectar of the gods. Hold on to, especially if you got pile one, hold on to that Norse goddess. Okay? Like that's the energy I'm getting here. All right. And then also, Spirit wants me to read number 5 and that heart chakra, finding that harmony. Okay. We've got this gratitude, this pink rose coming in to help give you some tips, to share some information with you. Okay. If I can get there. And this is all ahead of time. So there's actually quite a few cards that we're going to be sharing out of the oracle here. There is a reason to be thankful and help is on the way to balance energies. Pink roses will show you the ways happiness are opening for you, and there will be a reason to be joyful. And I'm hearing some of you should put it out there that pink roses come to you. Set the intention that pink roses will find you so that you know that this is for you, that these energies are coming in. And that's that there's this like balance, the gift and the challenge. Beautiful. Something of value and focus at present. This could be an exchange of a gift, a windfall, or a sale of a large item, or simply a discussion around it. Be careful that you do not interfere where you are not welcome, and be wary of legal deception. Okay? So really focus on gratitude. Don't let the thorn catch you, right? Allow this detoxification. And this is part of this clarity that's coming in for you. Balance and integrating energies is really important. Allow things to go full circle. Okay? Definitely. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're climbing the ladder of this healing to this divine feminine dominance for you, pile number 2. And here we have our next card. Okay, and this is all about focus. Okay, now this is coming in the position of the higher heart. So, how can you just focus on the higher perspective? The unconditional love. How can you see the other side? Okay? And I'm getting at all times. So this is like your angel guides are here to assist you to build this ladder to kind of come out of this space. I feel this dark space between you and another. And that's because this energy is really trying to really kind of keep you at bay. But there is this beautiful energy coming in to help you balance and shift. I have pink roses blooming in the backyard. That's awesome. See, signs are everywhere. So it's just like, how can we balance and go with the shift? How can we allow things to unfold? How can we see, and as we see this eye in the palm, how can we see the work of our own hands? Okay, you have laid the seeds, and it's like, how can we bless and release and allow the energies? How can we have unconditional love for ourselves to know that these seeds will grow, to know that they will absolutely grow, and not only grow, but refine them? Okay, boy, you got a lot of 6s in your energy here, really focusing on that grace and that gratitude. Here's this Dahlia. Your upper chakras are opening. These are upper chakras. Dahlia is all about this like frog energy, right? And it's just like taking that leap forward, a lot to do with the throat chakra. Okay, this refinement again. Look at these pink flowers coming in. And we're going to read this again because Spirit wants us to read this for you. The structure of collaboration is what I'm hearing to really allow that grace. Okay? That's this refinement. Okay, this is what's coming into play here. Okay, this is what's playing forward. This is what's authentic for you to really kind of jump forward. There's this cleansing, there's this healing now. And it has a lot to do with this like lump in your throat. Um, Being able to say things with grace. Yes, between you and this other person. Okay? Really finding a way to say it with grace, what's the best for all, including yourself. So be receptive to communication and messages that are incoming at present, as there is much to benefit your current situation. Dahlias inspire and ask you to improve yourself in your current situation. You may find keys and deeper meaning to mysteries that have evaded you from some time, or given offers that seem unusual. It can be very easy to fall for deceptive flattery and to be unrealistic expectations at the moment. Okay, so what we're seeing here with this frog energy, okay, is like these nursery rhymes. It's like there's this energy coming in to teach you, but it's not, and there's this magic certainly around you, okay? But let's not just believe in fairy tales, because what we're getting here for you, friends, in your pile between you and another, is that you need to take the steps and balance to raise this frequency between you. And so this is, although it may feel like a fairy tale, there are steps to be taken. So, how can we have the structure and collaborate with the structure to really allow that and use our voice with grace? This is what just keeps coming up. And it's so interesting that I have like a little sore throat now. So, let's just keep going. Okay. Some memories are going to be sparked here. And this is what I was feeling as we move into this next one. It's like there's this siren energy between you and another. And I feel like it's played out before. Yeah. How can you ground your energy? How can you really ground your energy? Remember, let's focus on that healing that's happening at that base. It's all about that base, base, base. Okay? So there is a shift here. How can we stay grounded, which will allow us to hold on to that grace and to that gratitude, to allow our mental balance, which will then allow this emotional balance, which really rules and fuels this energy between you and another. Okay? And it brings in this hope. Daffodils pair with this celestial clear quartz, and it's like dazzling. So it's like this a balance within you as you express to this other. It really brings out this these dynamics. Now look, I didn't even see these, but you see all these crystals here. It brings all this like color and clarity, and look at this refinement here. Okay, and this is a new beginning. I love this because in the position that we're in, we're talking about the well of dreams. I was getting this siren energy. Daffodil is really the daybreak, morning has broken. Like this is just like a break in what you've been nourishing your emotional body with, which then affects. It's just so gorgeous. This is an alignment for you. And this is going to manifest this brilliance between the two of you, but only if you can find this balance. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what tips do we have to bring in this hope. Right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Oh, hold on, guys. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Let's do the last card and then party light. Then Spirit wants me to read. At the very 10 is this strawberries. Now, what I love this, look at this agreement, okay? And strawberries pair with storberite, which is literally a crystal that has a cross on it. And it's like the cross that you have bared. But this is, again, another 6, this integrating, collaborate with this structure shift. It's bringing something sweet in for you. So let's go ahead and read some more. How or can we get some clues into these expansions? Excuse me. Okay, so into this throat chakra, this focus. How can we have a little bit more focus here and not get so lost in really that energy that's trying to keep you separate? Okay, it's an old energy, friends. It wants to be alchemized. Stocks offer confidence, calmness, center place to rest amid turmoil and change. How can you be the calm in the storm? It's time to focus, to think more deeply, and to slow down. Slow down and find your flow. Your personal truth needs some attention. So don't get lost in your present feelings. Stocks also indicate and lead you to a balanced place in emotional swings. Be careful of losing yourself amid the behaviors of others. Now, I don't know if it's you or pile number 3, which that might be a link for you, pile number 2. But sometimes things come up so they can be cleared. So as we read this in the authentic spot of the throat chakra, using your voice to find this focus, to really state what you're looking for, this balance between you. How can we do this with grace? And how can we refine those energies between you and another? Okay. And this is that, and I love this because look at, we've got here in this position about this siren energy, and then here in the vision, and then look at this, we've got 42, 24, and it's like as you see, it's like the challenge of 44, the mastery of 44, which is really the energy that brought you in here, is all about this actual thing that you're going to build. Okay? Actual thing that you're building, the structure for yourself. It is very powerful and it feels very positive. Very, very positive. So, Spirit is really going out of the way to give you lots of clues here. Okay? So let's go ahead and read. This is related to that siren energy. I'm sorry, did I read this already? I did. So this Dahlia is that siren energy, really kind of, not just kissing the prince and hoping that's what we get. It's really aligning and drawing in the best of another, but showing up at your best as well. Okay, does that make sense? All right. So how can we get more clarity on this hope? This is what your reading is all about, okay? Your whale is here to find divine feminine dominance healing. So a healing in your divine feminine. It's going to feel like this huge break. Like it's literally going to feel like a eureka moment. I feel it so strongly. Daffodils indicate a reprieve for those who need it and time to renew faith, not only in life, but to those around you. Daffodils will lift optimism, boost endurance while encouraging you to keep going. This is a period of personal growth and spiritual awakenings, and answers can be found within aspects of these. Listen to your inner voice, but do not become overwhelmed with the negative self-talk. Yeah. And as you are finding this, how can you take the time instead of, I feel like there's some of this going back and forth between you and another. And it's like, Petty, is the old energy. How can you just focus on what makes you feel good and not judge the way that they're doing it? And that's why the movie Far and Away has come in to guide you. Watch that movie, friends. Really. It'll bring in a lot of clarity for you. And Divine Feminine, which is played by Nicole Kidman, she has this phrase that's really coming into my mind's eye right now about how they're sitting at this table. They've been kicked out in the movie. They've been kicked out. Spoiler. They've been kicked out of everywhere, and they're sitting at a dinner table pretending. And she's basically like, "Why do we let pride get in the way? Why do we let pride get in the way?" Okay. This is an agreement you took between you and another, and you took it to heal. Okay. And it's been hard because you have been burned. And I am saying that in the nicest way possible, figuratively, right? And here we're dealing, well, I've been talking a lot about grace and gratitude, and here we're dealing at this particular time with the Mastery Challenge 66 about grace and gratitude. And we literally have the Wizard of Oz Oracle leading us, the Green Witch, literally taking the water, cleansing the water, and squishing out these shadows of the past that are really not who you are. Okay. But they've changed. They're so embedded. There's no judgment here, guys. These are embedded, and more than once, more than one lifetime. Okay. But you have everything you need to get through it. And your relationship helps you do that, allows you to see different facets. How can you see the bigger picture? Here we go. When it comes to your vision, and I love this, your third eye, that's what we're talking about here in agreement. It's like when something is blooming, something is coming to fruition. Some of you are writers. I'm seeing this as a pen, this feather. But here, let's go ahead and share the meaning of the strawberry. Working with others will bring a huge boost for you at the moment. And if you're thinking of making an offer in business or even romantic proposal, it should be met with it will be met with a favorable response. Group work connection and other partnering with like-minded individuals and entities are in the area of the strawberry works with. An ability to share or wanting to win at all costs will be highly detrimental to you. So yes, it's like as I'm reading this, the strawberry is so yummy and juicy and sweet, but it's also one of the dirtiest um, fruits. So here we are basically closing the stage of this healing, and it's really starting from the bottom up, claiming all parts, really kind of answering the call of an agreement of evolution. This is an evolutionary change for you, friends. Okay, I cannot reiterate the importance here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next part. We're going to roll the die for you. Okay, and we're going to see what else wants to come in for you. And here we go. I've got some messages. When I went into the energy, so that's the first part. This is what we've been going through. Now what's going to happen over the next 6 months? I was getting your heart chakra, your sacral takeaway. There's actually a cleansing, a healing coming to your divine feminine, your sacral. And also involves that well of dreams. I love how this is where that siren energy, and it expands your vision. Okay. So again, I heard, oh, how the pride gets in the way. So it was this that I was thinking about. So I already shared that information. Thank you, Spirit. And in times of trouble, bubble. So in times where you're feeling overwhelmed, ask your angels and guides to create a bubble so that you can kind of like shift into neutral. Okay. To find your purpose, just ask for assistance. To find your purpose, just ask for assistance. Let's see what number is for you. Oh, girl, Mary, I know. Most of you that come in here 4+ years, it is exhausting. I know, my friend. But look at this. We've got that number 7 energy. Okay. How can we really take time to focus? Okay. This is what's going to bring the balance and the shifts. This is actually like what I'm really feeling here so much is pituitary, like literal changes in the body to allow you to focus. It's unraveling of these traumatic experiences. And this is why it's been such a long journey. So, pile number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got the wild offering cards to tell you. Look at this. Age, age, aging. I am one with unlimited love. Beyond all seeming restrictions of age, I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Shakti. So it's like you have been on a very long journey, Mary. I'm glad that you brought that in. You've been, some of you, 30 years, 40 years, your whole life. And it's like, look at, you see all these little scallops? Like, this are the steps. Wow. And it's like, as there's this reflection, though, of who you are, this transformation of who you are from these steps that you've taken, just so beautiful. And we see this rising, this energy, and it's like, as these tears of fatigue, I'm feeling fatigue. This aging is just like, not just age, friends, but also the longevity of this healing process. It's really been a lot, really been a lot. You desire, you crave this transformation so desperately. So let's go ahead and read the cards on the way down our ladder. How can you have courage in this agreement? How can you know that the sweet stuff is coming, the gift and the challenge? And what's really cool about this is going to keep coming back. Okay? So this is a gift in that root, all the way down here in that root chakra, harvest time. How can you have the courage? And even though it's like, and allow these, look at all this beautiful authenticity coming as the things that we have lost nourish the seeds of courage to grow. Divine courage is not an abundance of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage. May I feel your will. And this is really what's so interesting, is between you and spirit, the courage to allow yourself to feel safe. It's a really big step. It's a really big step. And as we go down this ladder, how can we be service to others? How can we let new seeds grow? Yeah. How can we, and I love this, and how can we see the transformation? And dandelions, which pair with coral for me, which feels, there's that red and yellow. How can we step into that mysticism, allow our imagination, okay, to really break through those heavy energies? And sometimes when we focus on others, we see the sun, moon, and stars. And that's what I love about dandelions, is the sun, the moon, and the stars as they float away. So really being of service to others, this really helps this celestial, this light come in, these colors to shine, for you to really see this worthiness, okay? This light and this worthiness, okay? And it's nice to take some time off yourself. Here we have impatience coming in, this refinement, right? And it's like, as we see all these colors, okay? These blue and red, and it's like this hot and cold. And it's like, what I'm seeing with these tulips is like, it's all about divine timing, okay? And what I love about this is just that shift. And it feels like an overdrive, right? It feels like an overdrive, but that's the shift for your vehicle to go uphill. And this is coming in with this dahlia. Okay. So this is coming in, this impatience to really want this frog, right? This healing to leap forward. So really just spirit is telling you, they feel you. They feel you. How can we focus on this number 7? How can we focus on their feelings? How can we focus on our on focusing? How can we keep that mental chatter at bay, right? For some of you, especially pile number 1, because this comes into play in your relationship, okay? And it's like, how can we get those feelings? Look at those pink flowers. How can we allow like those pink flowers, especially in this reading, to help bring us back into the focus of the gifts and the challenges, right? Feel free to read these as I'm holding them up. But these feelings and this focus really kind of go hand in hand, and about this balance here. And of course, what's really important here is this is happening in, this 7th position. So I just feel it so strongly for you that really keeping your feelings in check, not allowing the emotions, really ruling, as I'm looking at this hand again, it's like that queen wave, really staying impartial, in balance, in grace, okay, between you and this other person. Okay, clarity is going to come in how? By the continued path here, as you collaborate and integrate the energies, as you get to the core, as the seeds continue to grow and renew. Clarity will come in more and more and more. Okay. And has a really a lot to do with this unconditional love for yourself. It's like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Are you taking care of yourself? When you feel taken care of, the emotions are more in balance, and what others think doesn't really seep in as much. Okay? This is the energy that I'm feeling here with that. All right. As we continue to move down this ladder, okay, how can we have gratitude, which matches with this gratitude, but truth? How can we continue to tell the truth to ourselves? Okay, and if we're going to listen to the chatter, look at these birds. There's all this chirping around you, and look at these vines, and it's like if we let vines grow, they can squish out things that are trying to bloom. So how can you authentically listen to the truth and show gratitude for that? Show gratitude for that. Acknowledge that truth and that love, and find that harmony, okay? And allow yourself to see the truth, even if it is hard, because it can only be another part, another layer of that onion. It can only expand you, right? Now, when it comes to your individuality, look at this. We had impatience, and now we have patience. And I love this. I love this so much because this is the solar plexus. This is the house of your masculine. And we're talking about this divine feminine, um, like dominance. And look at it's like, how can we let go of the hive mind? How can we not let the vines, look at those vines that have grown? It's like you're carving out this space. You're carving out this space for yourself and really feeding on that nectar of the gods, allowing yourself, don't give your power away. Don't allow yourself to feel what's coming up as baited. I hope this resonates, but it's like there are some wounds within you, and it's like they can just be opened at a moment's notice. But how can we have more patience? How can we not allow the sting? Okay, leaving that there. How can we not allow the stinger to stay in? because this is kind of a previous wound, but it's like the stinger's still in there and we're working that out. So, how can we be patient and allow that? How can we, as spirit brings in this partnership, this juicy, beautiful relationship, how can we create the space? You know how we create the space? By putting the focus on ourselves and what we need and on others. And instead of just this relationship, let me put this up here, to allow the wisdom to come in, okay, to allow this juiciness, to allow this balance. There's this Libra energy, this alignment. Spirit is bringing in this balance, okay, and it feels really, really good and juicy, as I've said. But how can we create space for that? Okay. How can we allow again, I'm seeing that sun, moon, and stars energy here. How can we allow transformation in these emotions? Okay. How can we allow transformation in these emotions and remember, that we are a star, that we are a star, and that this is a time with that celestial quartz. This is a time of expansion for you. Okay, it's harvest time. Like this is a harvest time, and it's like you're feeling the aging, but it's just like no, this is the beautiful time. This is the divine timing. Things are rising to the top. Have true love. This is true love. This is what's manifesting here for you. This is the fairy tale, okay? And taking the action to create that. It's not just bippity boppity boo, it's you taking the steps to create this. And this true love, I'll hold this up here for you to read. Okay, actually we're meant to read it. True love, your wholeness and safety is within, not from a partner. But this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own feet. Dear God, Yahweh, Gus, whatever you want to say, and know true love. True love is not having to be separated. True love is knowing that you are completely whole. Okay? And but that also that you're diverse. As we open up the pumpkin, as we're all going to be doing here to carve our pumpkins, we take the seeds out, and it's like those can nourish the body. The pulp can be made to use the pies. It's like you can leave this to nourish the animals. That's true love. Okay, just a couple of the things that we've said. How can we allow, and this is really coming in this position of feeling rooted and connected as all the other pumpkins are connected to one another. Okay, so there's a healing coming in. We're creating that space for this divine feminine to have an up level. So, what do I no longer need? Help me, God. It's hard to read backwards. To release whatever people, places, or things that drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. And just because somebody upsets you, it happens to me with my husband a lot. I just release that. Sometimes it gets a hold, and I literally say, I release that energy and pull my energy back to me. And this is that third party. There's an energy between us. And this energy is an evolutionary energy to help us heal our wounds. Okay? So as we go from top to bottom to create this ladder, look at two cards. It wants to hold on. Divine timing. Okay? And then this is your last card. Oops. Your body. This diamond in the rough. Take care of yourself. This journey has been very difficult. I feel it. So nourish yourself. Once again, it's like you've taken all these steps, but these steps are authentically for you. You've claimed wisdom. You've claimed parts of yourself, and your body is feeling this. And that's what I was feeling. You're literally going through transformational energies. You see these little ink spots? You're going through literally, like, think of that octopus energy I talked about. It throws ink, and that ink creates images. And that's what we're talking about here, this octopus traumatic energy. This is what the humpback whale has come to rescue you from, and is nourishing that energy so that it can turn into something new. So believe in what's in front of you, friends. Believe in this. Okay? This is such a beautiful reading. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm feeling the number 7, okay, is really special for you. Along with that, couple messages. How can we maybe wear blue? Okay. Things that help your throat chakra. How can we share our voice? What's on our heart? How can we wear the color blue? How can we think of how can we eat foods that are blue? These are all ways to kind of bring this throat chakra into this balance. Okay. And that's really coming up for you specifically. All right. Okay. Pile number 2. We're going to keep moving here. And we're going to go into pile number 3. All right. This is so fun. 4, 5, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay. Which is just really interesting. And what I've got here, as you can see, we've got this crown. Okay. So we're going to be exploring this crown with you. And we've got the animal dreaming coming forward. So we've got the ancestors. That's where we're going to start. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, an alignment to wisdom. What's really interesting is this particular animal is like Bigfoot. It's like not in existence, but there's so many stories about it. But you're aligning to this like really powerful energy. Okay, I can't wait to get into this. Let's go ahead. Your pile is pretty dynamic, so let's get started with you. Okay, so we've got what's going on with you guys. Pile number 3 is we have something going on within you. So this is within you. Okay, finding this harmony. We've got grace and gratitude really coming in. There might be a connection with pile number 2. It might be 1, 2, and 3. We've got a whale that's coming in and it's breaching. It's jumping out of the water. And this particular whale, humpback whale, is saying, play, play, have fun. Okay. So that's a first message. With that crown here, I also heard Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. So there's this energy of this fall from grace in your divine masculine. And it also kind of allowed your divine feminine to fall. But there's no judgment here. This is a story. This is what we're talking about. And this is all falling to build something new. So what we're talking about is this harmony within you, but your ancestry is coming into play. Okay? Is playing a part. All right. So before we get started with your ancestors, when I went into your energy, not even before I plugged in, my stomach was upset big time. I was getting an energy is coming in that is going to shake things up. Pile number 3, are you ready? It feels like a ride. Some might experience puking. Actually, it feels like a roller coaster. When this comes in, watch what you put out. No regrets. Think before you ink. Ground and sound. 138 hertz. I heard Igor. Slave no more. Stand tall, walk forward, saying sorries along the way. Okay? I was feeling a lot of heat in your energy. I heard the song Hot Blooded. I'm hot blooded, check in and see. I got a fever of 103. So, Hot Blooded by Foreigner is coming in. What does that song mean to you? How can you go listen to that song? Basically, I was being shown that you are having a root chakra activation, which is affecting your throat. This is an ancestral clearing that allows authenticity. Okay. Now, more information. When I was in your energy, this is all coming in to really acknowledge what you've been going through, friends. Okay. I was feeling bombarded. I was seeing and feeling energies um, being withdrawn, being backed out through the solar plexus. I was getting this is related to a block, and I was hearing it's as easy as forgiveness. And literally heard the song by Don Henley, um, Get to the Heart of the Matter. Now, this particular song, which is about forgiveness, I'm singing it, even if you don't love me anymore, the heart of the matter. Now, he will say, Don Henley say it took him 42 years to write this song and only 4 minutes to sing. Before you beat yourself up again, remember how far you have come. Isn't it time? These are all the messages I got in. Let's take a look at this crown. Your ancestry wants to come in. It's time to buckle up. Buckle up. You've aligned to this energy. It's time to balance that siren energy, is what I'm getting, and reclaim that wisdom. So let's get into it. Let's find out what's up. Transmutation. We are ready to shake things up. Woo. Wow, this feels so big. Okay, really, it does. Okay, so we're going to start over here. We've got all this magic coming in for you guys. How can you observe, though? Pay attention to your surroundings for this beautiful magic coming in. How can you collaborate with the shifts in front of you? Okay. And as I'm looking at this star, I'm really kind of seeing in my mind's eye how it's shifting. Okay. So there's a turn that wants to come in. How can we observe? How can we pay attention to the messages? Okay. So, yes, to the messages, this is where we're going to start. Lots of messages are going to be aligned to you. I'm getting lots of messages. And in fact, you're going to start questioning because so many messages are coming in. I'm getting license plates, signs, numbers, music. I had a couple songs already come up for you. These are all coming in. What's really interesting is I just caught my throat. So your angels and guides are bringing all these messages in, but there's also kind of this like little built-in task, 7-Eleven, take me to heaven. How can these energies are speaking to me so loudly. How can we actually stop and pay attention to how we're feeling when these messages come in so that they know that they are authentic? Okay. They're going to come in very fast and they're going to get clearer as you go. It kind of like, it's so interesting. I'm getting like these steps of a test. So the universe is coming out to send these energies out to find out, are you really willing to get that crown? Are you really willing to bring that crown into it's like this change of your essence, this change of your magic? Are you ready to align to this and not only that, to emerge into something new? Okay, so we've got the dragonfly here. Hey girls.
Hi, Mom. Where's Gabby?
I'm sorry, I'm doing Oracle.
Sorry. Where's Gabby?
Yeah, I'm doing Oracle. So she's at the gym.
Oh,
So, sorry, kids just came in. So we've got a lot of integration, feeling like we're on hold. This is really the change that's going on. I feel like this is what has been happening these past couple months. and it feels like a pullback, okay? But what's really interesting is the dragonfly is often pulled back into this resting stage because it doesn't even know. To see how it says illusion? It is not even aware of its opulence until it jumps up and hits the sun. Okay. So as we move, as this energy is moving in this direction, we're really kind of tightening up that crown, that connection to source. The messages are going to fly in. We're going to feel a little, I'm feeling a little hermit mode here, a little bit of time to work with your angels and guides. Really focus on staying centered. Okay. Is what's coming in here. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you're going to be 71, Mary. Happy birthday. I'm going to be 56 in a few days. Yeah, we have that same birthday, don't we? Oh, I remember that. Okay, so yes, so this dragonfly is part of this magic. Okay, actually, that was a bonus card with these messages. So, how can you really stay centered and receive those messages? Okay, because I'm getting not all of them will completely align, and that's part of the challenge here. Number two is this Inshinda. Okay, this number 44, and look at the wheel actually turning. I saw that at first with the raven, with the magic. This is your feminine energy making a change, okay? Really feeling, holding on to its power. The story of the Inshinda is so beautiful. You should check it out. And it's all about female empowerment. It really is. And protective. Um, and protective energy. So you are so protected. Don't allow yourself to, the energy of the Inshinda is you are so protected, but don't allow yourself to not be moved. You see these quills? There could be an energy that wants to move you, but don't allow your personal protection keep you from moving this wheel. Okay, is kind of what's coming in here. Yeah, look at this energy. I love this. Okay. And it's like if you're one with this shift, this fairy penguin comes in to really develop that will. This is an authentic space for you. Okay. Jack and Jill fell down and broke that crown. It's like we're repairing. And it's like what I love about this is I'm seeing that right foot dominant taking the steps in balance that feel authentic. You feel authentically guided. You're collaborating with your guides here. Look at that wheel is really moving pile number 3. It really wants to move. And the beautiful energy of this fairy penguin is the fairy penguin has no idea it can't fly. It has no idea. You know why? Because it zips and flies in the water on the waves. So it doesn't even know it can't fly because if you ask this fairy penguin, can you fly? It would say, absolutely. The waves allow me to take flight. So, how can you really take flight? Pile number 3. How can you collaborate and integrate the steps? Okay. And it's like, don't worry about your skill set. Everything you need is right there inside you. The birds are coming together. It's like you're aligning to this energy is definitely for you to really tighten up this connection between you and source. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep shuffling. Um, we're talking now here, what we're going into, we're kind of going into the valleys. See that crown? We're not falling into the valleys. We're just talking about the summits. So we've got 3 summits in these next 6 months. 3, like, it feels like, this is a journey and these are the 3 steps, like Dora, the map, the 3 steps that you're going to be taking to really finish this journey that you're on over these next 6 months. So the owl, first of all, always works in partnership and collaboration. So have love for yourself. The key is to really take time and observe and trust your feelings. Okay. It's like you've been battered, and it's like what you want and what's good for you sometimes isn't doesn't align. So how can we take time to observe, try different scenarios on, and find what's really best for you? Okay? Find what's really best for you. That's the energy that I was feeling there. Okay, so this first peak, this first little shift, the oyster catcher. How can we find what is the oyster catcher looking for? The pearl, the renewal. There's this irritant in your ancestry. How can we be patient and walk the steps? How can we, wade into the emotions? How can we allow our emotions to take us there but not get lost, right? And as the whale fall energy has come in, we're going to sink into different, as we step into this water, we're going to be able to perceive some deeper emotions without being lost in the deep. Okay, so this is what's really coming in. Look at all these birds coming in for you. This renewal factor. So, one of the peaks, that one of the things that you want to, one of the summits is to consistently renew. And because once there's that, that's what becomes a pearl. There's an irritant in the oyster, and that renews and renews and renews. And that's what turns into a pearl. And these particular oyster catchers are a remembrance in this particular oracle of the pathway of Jesus. Okay. So it's just like the crosses that we bear, the irritants, the things that are difficult. How can we renew, develop the pearl so that we can shift and take the backstage pass to assist others? Okay. And all this energy so far is coming into the left. Like all these energies, you look at these birds, they're all looking and moving in the same direction. Okay. Which, when we're looking at them head on, we've got the left eye coming. So this is all about receiving. Okay. So Jack and Jill fell down, broke their crown. It's Jill who's receiving the information to repair so that Jack can get back. This is within you. Okay. And this is part of your ancestry on how the crown was damaged to begin with, so to speak. You see the story? Look at more birds. Wow. This is all coming into balance. Okay. Definitely feeling the warriors. Definitely feeling that you are the warriors. Again, I cannot make this up. All this energy facing to the left. So as you are trying and weighing things out, the crow and all these other energies are reminding you to observe, to feel, to watch, to learn, okay? To collaborate, and to also trust your imagination when these energies are coming. Don't let fear rule the way. That will throw things off. Okay, that will throw things off. How can we stay in the sacred dance of who we are? Focusing on, birds of a feather, but at the same point in time, focusing on our own journey here, our connection to source. Now, what we have here is a kangaroo, not a bird, the red kangaroo. And as I see this kangaroo as spirit. Spirit has got you in this pouch. And it's like they've got the muscle to assist you in doing these repairs. They can assist you in bringing things up. That's what I feel so strongly here. Okay, as we were just talking, Spirit wants to bring this balance in, this healing in for you. And it's like as you're being held, as you're going through this transformation, this reparation, is that a word? Look it up. As you're going through that, It's like spirit is helping you to bring up that frequency, and it's like you're being held in a very protective structure. Okay, so know that you are protected. And this summit here, really, the kangaroo is coming in. Don't fight with yourself. Don't fight within yourself, your energies within. This is about harmony between your masculine and feminine energies. It's not about, you know, pump you up. It's not about I'm stronger than you're stronger and it's like trying to outdo each other. It's about finding that balance, knowing that spirit, keeping your ears open, following the steps, right? Following the steps more than anything, not boxing yourself out. See how this left hand is just up a little higher? It's like I'm going to receive first so I can increase this frequency so that I can change my experience than I've experienced in this ancestry. Because when the red kangaroo is when there is abundance, then they experience abundance, okay? But when things kind of get depleted, they tend to suffer a little bit more. So this is the healing that's coming in. Know that you're protected. This is a time of abundance for you, okay? And as this energy from one peak to another, there's really a lot of magic here. It's all about focusing on the sweet spot. And more than anything, friends, really focusing on this queen energy. Okay. What I mean by that is it's kind of this bear energy is what's coming to mind here. And this bear energy is like very protective of itself. And that's that Inshinda energy, but you don't want to be overprotective that you're fighting with yourself. Okay. And there's no progress. Okay. So I'm hearing you can get a lot of yards here. Interesting. The sweet spots. It's like it's so funny because I'm getting like a lot of Walter Payton energy. Okay, is what's really coming up. And that's what's going to allow you to dance. Keep your head up in the sky, and it's like connected to source. And even though we're repairing the crown, which is your connection to source, these steps are coming in to repair this, okay? But these are the messages from your ancestors so that you can repair more effectively, right? Instead of hitting the valleys, you can just touch on those peaks and find yourself back to a new beginning. There it is. There's literally that number 34. Okay, so here it is again, 34, 34. And there's this shift again. Okay, so as we go to this third peak, there's a shift. It almost feels like we're being pulled back. But what we're doing is we're just matching that energy. Wow, it's so beautiful. So what I'm trying to show you here in these peaks and valleys is pretty cool. We've got this number 5 first on peak number 1 of the crown, 39. Okay, and then look at 34. What I'm trying to tell you is 39 minus 5 is 34, and 39 minus 34 is 5. So it's like here we have this shift into this magic, all right? We fall into balance, and then we have a shift again, but you're in this current. You're in this current, okay? And I'm feeling the Merkaba. I'm feeling the vehicle, the large car. And it's like this is that leather neck turtle, okay? And this energy just really wants to take you, in the current so that you can not have to work as hard. And here, and it's like I do feel in a lot of ways that the earth wants to work with you to get into that current, strengthening. I just can't believe it. Like all these left energies. Okay, so there's just like this game: receive, take a move, receive, take a move, receive. So we receive the message, we take a move. We fly, even though we think we can't. we take a move. We renew, we take a move. It's like a game. We step into this structure to increase our frequency that Spirit's asking, not to box ourselves. You're being led to do that. We make a move and it puts you in this current. It's like this game, okay, to restructure this crown. So cool. What I do want to ask real quick, I want to ask my guides. Okay, to use my pendulum. Okay, were any of these cards for pile number 3? Did you want me to read? Okay. Is it card number 1? Card number 2? Card number 3? Card number 4? Card number 5? Card number 6? Okay, it's card number 6. Because card number 6 is coming right back here. We haven't even drawn it yet, but that's our 6th. And look we're right back at the beginning. Oh my God. All this magic, you guys. There's so much magic in here. Your ancestors are rooting for you. They really are. They're rooting for you. They want you to see this come into balance. It's like many have stepped. You've been a warrior. You've been doing the work. And it's time for this to come in. This law is the law of balance. It's time for things to come into balance for you. And it's time for you. You're number 1. You did it. This is like in Hercules, like the movie Hercules. I can see you're number 1. It's like your ancestors are like, you did it. How can you be one with this authenticity? How can you allow this to create the abundance? You've got a secret. You've got a secret. And let me tell you, if you pick pile number 2, that secret is in that refinement of that frog, finding that mouth, getting that croak out of your throat, okay? And here we're going to read this card. What's really cool is the difference of this new beginning is 6. So what your whale is telling me is the whale has now fallen. This is the energy. You've been integrating lots and lots of different energies. And so your team has brought you here for a little bit more clarity. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. I absolutely love this. Is probably one of my most favorite oracle. It just really speaks to my soul. And I love this specifically, and this is all coming up because here we had this Piscean oh my gosh, everything that when the sun and the moon. Oh, why can I think of it right now? But we've had this. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. But we've had all this energy between the sun and the moon, and I can't even think of it right now. And this really affects you. I'm like literally drawing a blank. But anyway, let's keep moving. The frog mouth's tawny gray plumage is reminiscent of the silvery gray hair of the elders, the secrets they hold, and the experiences they impart. Elders were once revered as wise ones because their wisdom has been accumulated over many years of experience. They appear to walk in beauty and harmony with all things. They were seen as being content and at peace with their lot in life. They were free of the mundane issues and the hinder of progress. I'm still trying to think about what. Oh my God, I cannot even believe it. When the sun and the moon go behind each other, what is that called, you guys? We just had one. Help me out in the comments. I cannot think of the phrase. Holy moly, it's bothering me. Okay. Eclipse. Thank you. Eclipse energies. And so you've gone through these eclipse energies. The whale is here working with these eclipse energies. It's bringing up this secret. We're nourishing from the deep to bring this up. Okay? And this is what happens when you follow this step to develop that crown. Right? Okay. They learned from their life experiences, integrating their accumulated wisdom into their future perception of life. thus freeing themselves of burdens and restrictions that promote anxiety, anger, guilt, and resentment. Their knowledge was sought because they were believed to be able to see through the self created illusions of fear and regret that bind us and prevent us from moving forward. If this card has appeared in your cards, you're being encouraged to seek out secrets being held in trust by your elders. Approach them with respect and ask them to share their sacred knowledge. Ask questions about history, their childhood, the way of their generation. Inquire what life was like for them, how they interacted with their peers and their kin, and the responsibilities expected of them by their seniors. Speak of chores, education, wars of time spent at school, love, fashion, and economic flow. Very interesting. Most importantly, though, ask the elders of spirit, God, creation, and the medicine ways of all things. Seek the opinions on things of nature. For example, the cycles of life in the universe and what eclipse energies really are is a coming together. The sun and the moon is a clearing of energies to come into balance. And this is really speaking so loudly in your particular reading. As the crown illuminates the sun, it also does so by answering and bringing into check the emotions. Okay, so this is what I'm feeling is going on here. Ask until there's nothing to ask, and then incorporate the memories and the wisdom into the things in your life to share them, the blessings of your elders as sacred knowledge of your people. Okay, so this comes in a lot of ways, right? Okay, but your ancestors are basically like, you did it. You're number one. You're on the first step. So it's like, first, your ancestors take you through to give you knowledge how to repair. Now we're actually making the repairs. So let's roll the die of authenticity for you. And you, my friends, have number 2. Okay? So number 2, you've got fast moving energy around you. You are emerging. Okay? This is the emergence oracle. And we've got the honeybee. So we're really looking into the nectar, to the things that fuel you, the things that you're attracted to. And we're really having a big focus here. Okay. So really what's drawing you in, and how can you allow yourself to lean into those spaces? Okay. To really be, as it said, devoted to those places. That's where we're going to start. Fast moving energy coming in for you, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and see what these cards have to say. What are we emerging into? Okay, we're emerging into a new cycle. What's really interesting is I know it takes at least 8 years to create the Venus Rose cycle. So it looks like you've got some things, some alignment coming in. Remember, the whale is here to assist you to make an ending, but also to align, evolve, and step into this new beginning. This feels very positive. It's in the stars for you. The pathway has been marked for you. So how can you just allow yourself to know that things are in order? The timing has aligned. Let's go ahead and talk about the possibilities. Okay. So as we saw with that bee, now we've got these bee colored, okay, these colors, these black and white and yellow, and these sparks of memory, these whitening of these shadows. This caterpillar really has this appetite for life. Okay, so here, as we're seeing, it's feeling hung upside down, but as it feels hung upside down, almost like the hangman, it can see things from a different perspective. Okay, so that's what's coming in here in this first position. What is this secret all about? How can we kind of flip the script? Didn't that come in for you guys? Yes, I think it was you. Okay. And let's talk about these messages now that we've got this new oracle. So, moving over the next 6 months, we've got a couple messages for you to strive to be alive, to look at those possibilities, to find your appetite for life. Okay. And it's like, this is where that secret was coming in. How have those have gone before you overcome the times where things are not abundant? And see, that's what's you're meant to feel that. But it's like because of this ancestry in the works, because you're in this renewal, you're creating that pearl, friends. It's like you're not really so aware because it's been difficult. It's been difficult. Okay? So, status quo all aglow. Balance the root to shift. So it's really all about balancing your root chakra, staying grounded, connecting to connecting to nature. When the healing wants to come in, when this is related to this healing that's coming in this next 6 months, I was seeing a really dense energy everywhere. Okay. I was feeling it be blocked. Okay, I'm so sorry. My lips get a little dry. All right. I was seeing this dense energy everywhere and I was feeling that it was being blocked. How it wants to come in to fuel the block, okay, which is why we're repairing the crown. And that block is related to the fear of the unknown. Feel the quake in the sacral root area. So feel a change between those hips, okay? And hearing that all that was buried, okay, that there'll be a lot of confusion as the dust settles, but all that's buried is coming up. I was hearing it's it stings the vision or creates a new one. It feels very positive. I could feel the weight on your shoulders and how the steps and how that affects the steps that you take. Okay, so really, this new cycle that you're going through is really focused on this Venusian energy, which is a higher level of love for yourself. Okay, and also releasing those toxins. Okay, so we have this caterpillar energy. Let's go ahead and keep taking the steps. The lion comes in to clear the space. We're using that throat chakra, okay? Using that throat chakra to clear the space so that you can emerge and integrate these energies. This is what I was feeling, that transformation is coming in, getting out of this hive mindset, focusing and servicing, getting out of what you always know, allowing yourself to see a different perspective. Okay, Jay, there's lots of stuff in the fridge. No, there's not. Okay, so anyway, really finding outside the hive. Okay, so it's like I'm feeling this energy of this like worker bee, but it's like it emerges into this whole new world. This is what I'm feeling here. Really seeing the possibilities. Look, it's so interesting how these black and white energies coming in. Think of the energy of the bee. They create the nectar, the honey, which is the ultimate balance, the ultimate abundance, right? So, but how can you be of service and contribution? And how can this build on that fairy penguin, on that will? But how can we expand this? Okay, because now that we're going around, it's like we're getting this energy to fix the crown. We found the problem, we want to fix it. We're going to see the possibilities, see things in a different light, from a different perspective. How can we build the cells? How can we be of service and contribution to others to fuel that within ourselves? Okay. How can we do that? How can we remember that as we heal in our ancestry, it really is about the legacy quantumly affecting when you affect and heal that wound in your ancestry, friends, it's not just for you, it's for all within there. And look at the whale is come in, the soul song, the rebirth, the beluga, particularly. Okay. And so it's like you're meant to help others go through the water. And I love this because we're talking about this pearl gives you the right to take others on journey. Spirit is going to commune with you. So it's like spirit, you're going to have, remember we told you, have lots of messages coming in. Spirit is going to lead you on this pathway. And so what I'm feeling here, pal number 3, is this is a letting go of what you think the steps are and allowing yourself to be guided. Okay, allowing yourself to be guided. This will help you avoid the pits and the valleys on your journey. Okay, I keep forgetting to shuffle. Because yes, your life force energy, your dragon, there's healing happening in the ancestral link to that divine feminine. This is all happening within you, but it's a component of that ancestry. Okay, and remember, play, 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 play. So how can we play? How can we let go of responsibility? How can we know that we're being taken care of and really focus on our gifts, being generous, allowing ourselves to explore nature, really exploring this feminine? You are a divine feminine energy. You are not meant to be the brute, okay, to box things out, okay? You're meant to receive and then take action. This is how you build the crown, okay? This is how you build the crown in your journey. Yeah. Okay, we're going to just store it in, saying hi. All right. 22636. 22636. Okay. How can you collaborate with the fairy penguin, right? To really bring in that clarity. Okay. Now we're going to step into this legacy. We've got this current that your ancestry is going to go into, this sweet spot. Let's find out a little bit more about this energy. We've got the barn owl coming in, resources. You're going to partner with somebody else. These always come in pairs. Okay. I'm seeing like this opal energy, this hot and cold, being receptive to what expands you and closes you off, really paying attention, having a lot of love for yourself, wearing that heart on its face. Okay. Really allowing yourself to be in the current and to, as you're in the current, you can use that resourcefulness. You can see different perspectives. You can see other parts of your healing. What I'm trying to say is some things are going to be taken care of so that you can spend time doing other things. And this is all building that connection. This is that repairing of that connection to source. Okay? It's like a game. It's like a game. Source it's like a game. And the more you play the game with source, more you take the steps, the more the source comes in to show you. And this is part of your journey, pile number 3. Okay? It absolutely is. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is your last card. I'm sorry. And look at talking about that whale, that soul song, that rebirth. Okay? It's like, oh, your ancestry has been waiting for this evolutionary moment, for this whale fall to really go through all your chakras, and particularly, and I was feeling this with you, particularly help healing a lot on the Egyptian timeline. Okay, really recoding you throughout your energetic system, okay? This rebirth, this dying, and it's just like this is what allows you um, to really cross over into helping others, into that wolf, the teacher. And that is your new beginning, okay? Calling out for what you want. It's like you repair this crown so that you can step into to find your posse, the people that are looking, that need the same assistance that you're going to be doing over these next 6 months. Wow. So beautiful. Allow that mandala to bring you in, okay? This is like an overall change to your system. And we're going to read, hold on. You want me to read this card, the wolf? The 108 scarabs. Yeah, I was feeling it. I was like, that's the one that wants to be read. Okay, so we're going to actually read about this 108 scarabs. Okay, now, what's really interesting, some people say we have 108 chakras in our body, and that's what I was getting. This is like something to your overall system, a change to your overall system from some dense energies that kind of broke your crown. And it's kind of interesting. I'm going to share because it's being, maybe this comes in as confirmation, maybe this opens a conversation, but this has been shown to me as something that you agreed to do. You went through some sort of um, ceremony on the Egyptian timeline. And what this did is it really, you were kind of, timing at that time, it was not the best thing for you. And this is, and that kind of what broke your crown, but this is the journey back to yourself. And there's so much value in that. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to find the right words. Okay. So 108 scarabs. Let me find this. It is the very last card in the Emergence Oracle. Now, when Emergence Oracle comes, we're always talking about your prosperity. And what's interesting is it's literally the card after the wolf. Wow. Okay, so here we go. 108 scarabs, creation, rebirth, renewal, unity, infinity, all is one, the soul. The sacred symbol of creation and rebirth, the scarab, has been revered throughout the millennia for its connection with the sun, attuning to the light to orient itself towards its destination. This humble insect supports the regeneration and renewal of life's emergence. The revolving ball of fertile during the scarab pushes across the horizon, which nourishes its young, and the soil itself is buried, mirrors the infinite cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The scarab has been known to chart its direction by the light of the moon in times of darkness. During the darkest nights of a lunar cycle, scarab has the unique ability to direct its course to traverse by navigating via the Milky Way galaxy. And I just want to segue because this is where I was getting the eclipse energies. The eclipse energies have changed the route. The evolutionary path is more congruent. You have aligned to this, okay? If you feel as though you're in a dark place, it's because a higher expression of light is here to guide you. Ancient Egyptians used the symbol of the scarab to representing to exist, to come into being. Scarab invites you to contemplate who you truly desire to be and become within the infinitely regenerative capacity of this day, this breath, this life. They remind us that even in the darkest of days, our heart's deepest longing can be greater light that guides us home. I feel that this is going to be a really impactful 6 months for you. And it's like your spirit just wants to remind you, you are going to be guided. So this is going to be a lot of time to really get to know your guides, really get to know how they communicate with you. And more importantly, it's really going to be like these are the steps. Okay. I really feel that so clearly. Okay. I don't know why. I haven't done this on other piles, but is there something else that wants to be shared on pile number 3? All right. So thank you, pile number 3. Let's repair that crown so that you can step in and pay forward these beautiful secrets, this knowledge that you have. Ugh, and how that can be life changing because some of the people that you interact now are your actual ancestors. Okay? We're all related to one another, right? All right, we're going to step into our very last pile. Pile number 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if that isn't a message to follow the steps, I mean, that is the long, straight, and bingo I'm hearing to get that on the first roll. Why are we talking about this? We are talking to our Australian West humpbacks. Okay. When I went into your energy, before I sunk in, I could feel some intense lower back pain, especially around the belly on the left side and the neck. I heard stifling. When I looked into the pain, it pivoted towards the right, and I was hearing wrong night, KNIGHT, center and recode. I am as light as a feather. That which causes me harm cannot reach me. That which delays my purpose must leave. I am sovereign. I am free. I was getting that there's an energy around your throat chakra. Getting that this is like a dimension, right, of a facet of you. There's something that wants to be healed here. I was getting some messages. First of all, that one with clarity starts new. And I heard score, and I had the image of a soccer net. And I also channeled for you, forever found. To discover your superpower, go within. So we've got the wildwood coming in. This is your oracle we're going to build for you. Okay. We've got the wildwood coming in. We have the whale that you chose. Your particular whale is coming up out of the water, and it's doing what's called a spout, a whale spout, or a blow. Now, it looks like they're spouting out water, but really what they're doing is breathing. When the whale comes to the surface, it breathes out a ton of air. And these air creates little pockets of bubble rings. I was getting for you to do some box breaths of breathing the light into your chakras. Okay, so breathing into your chakras. This is coming in. Go with it and talk to your team. And that these little bubble rings will help you to clear energies that are embedded in your light body. Okay? So, yeah, it's all about. So basically, your whale comes in to teach you about how to expand the healing of your breath. This is all about a divine healing from you, for you. We're going to do 3 shuffles. So we're really talking about bringing in this divine healing. We're going to do 9 cards. So where are we starting, first of all? Oh, God, look at this. It's like you're ready to walk through. You've gotten to the bones. You're ready to do this healing, and it's right here between the hip bones. Hip bone's connected to the leg bone. Interesting. Not sure why that's coming up. How can you be one with harmony? This is what allows you to go through this gate, pile number 4. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a couple shuffles. 7 of vessels. What are we letting go of? We're letting go of that energy that's affecting our throat chakra, pile number 4. There's something that's keeping you silent. There's something that's not really expressing the truth, and we're getting to the bare bones of that, okay? We're going to see what that's all about, and it really kind of helps. And we've got this. What's interesting is we're at that root. We're in the root of the tree, okay? And oftentimes in this energetic healing, as you heal the root, it affects that throat chakra. There is a relationship between the two, okay? So this is divine healing. It very well could be in those bubbles of the aura, the pathway between the throat and the root chakra. Okay, it really could be related to that. We've got this page of vessels. It's like there is this energy that wants to connect with you. The otters travel in pairs, they swim together, and it's like there's this waiting. Okay. I feel that there's this waiting. Now, this is a divine healing. So it's like it's almost like you're waiting for this alignment. You're waiting for something that's just to come around the corner. And look at the current is speeding up. Okay. So it's like there is this energy coming towards you. But there also seems to be a waiting that resonates so much. It's like you're waiting for this healing to align, yeah, to what? To this brand new beginning, to this spark of life, to this newness, to these new roots. Look at how it's literally burning those roots, and it's going to nourish and start over. There's so much potential here, okay? And that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm seeing. So let's look into this. Okay, what are we talking about here? We are talking about that divine feminine healing. Okay, now as we're talking about this divine feminine healing, look at how is this healing coming about? This is within you, friends. This is healing your divine masculine, bringing you into congruence. So, the healing to your divine feminine is to allow her to do this healing. I do feel that you are a healer. Okay. I do feel this. And it's like, this breath, okay, the way that you heal has a lot to do with the amount that you can hold. So these bubbles, okay, the bubbles, they make room for expansion. And I feel so much the same is happening for you. There's an expansion. You already might be a healer, and there's an expansion coming into this process. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay. So first we've got this 4 of vessels. I really do feel like you've been paused. Okay. It's like, look at again, we're trying to nourish these roots. And it's like you're kind of like, I do feel like you're kind of hitting your head on the wall. Like, how can I get a start? How can I make it better? What can I do? And it's like spirit's like, no, you need to there's a healing here first. And then we can make it. There's a portal open, there's a vortex open, there's something that needs attention, okay, before we can focus on the outside. There's something within. Oh, something, yeah, within. Okay. So here we go. Our second card here. We're kind of building this structure, right? Okay. And this is really has to do in this first one. This is the number 2 card. This is like, okay, so what I'm trying to say is we're building, first of all, this like kind of like before where we are and after. Okay. So over these next 6 months, you've got a lot of changes coming in. Okay. And it's like first there's a healing, and then there's a lot of clarity in this new structure. Okay. So it's like in the past we felt bored, but it's like, no, you're being called to go within. And so the Knight of Arrows is like, are you receiving the messages? Because we've been sending you smoke signals that something that we need to like turn around every now and then. I get a little bit closer. It's like we want you to turn around. There's something that needs attention. Okay. So there's messages coming in about this attention. What does this have to do with spirit? Absolutely has to do with your decision, okay? So your divine, there's a divine feminine healing here, and it needs like this masculine energy is just like not being held up, okay? Because that's what I was feeling. Look at, she's all held up. I don't know what to do. And it's like, but there's a message coming in. It's time for you to make a choice. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to light the path in front of you. He's like literally standing on top of this smoke, right? That wants to clear. And this smoke is coming in from this disillusion of something that needs to be nourished not on the outside, but on the inside. Okay? On the inside. And if you look really, 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 really close, okay, as she holds her hand here on the right, it's like you can see that there's an imbalance there. Okay. You can see that the left, like this arm is hanging down. She seems to be kind of standing a little more strong there in her masculine. So what I was feeling, as this is the first of the cards that we're going in, is like this is where you were. This is where you are. There's messages, time to make a decision. Let's just keep going. There's a spark coming in here. Okay. This is that ending for you. Okay. And this is the energy that this whale fall is bringing into you. This is what's been going on these last 4 months. There's a shift in energies. It's sparking within you. There's something on your heart. You feel it. Okay. And you feel very connected to it. And there's that Queen of Stones. It's like, but are you going to come out of hibernation? Are you going to take action? Are you going to rule with hope? Or is like, are you going to be crabby and want to, it's like there's a new day out there and it's like, oh, I'm not so sure if I want to read it. But there's this rebirth. There's like, look at this crack. There's all this abundance overflowing coming your way in all parts. Okay. In all parts, this energy is flooding in. But it's like if you don't come out of the cave, how are you going to see that that's even available for you? So there's this, I'm feeling there's this like hermit mode, but it's like that's not authentic for you. Okay. That's not authentic for you. Let's just keep going. Let's get all these energies. There's this new beginning. It's right in front of you. Okay. Lots have happened to make this happen for you. Okay. But it's like you're still waiting. You're waiting to see that abundance. And it's like there seems to be a lot of waiting going on here. You seem to be pretty held up. Okay. Let me know if this resonates. I'm trying to still pinpointing this energy for you. And even though you're waiting, it's like maybe we're just waiting for that alignment, waiting for that divine time, but I'm getting that time is coming now. Focus on those skills. Focus on leaving your mark. Work your skills, do your craftsmanship, use your hands. These are the actions that you can create while you wait. Okay? Okay, so there is waiting going on. That does resonate. Your guides want you to know you are waiting for something to align. Create while you wait. This is very abundant for you. It's all about this spark, right? Now Spirit wants me to come in here and read some of these cards for you. We're not going to read the whole thing. But we are going to talk about arrows, which have a lot to do. Arrows have to do with, in this oracle, the element of air. Okay. So here we've got the element of air. We've got the arrows, the king of arrows in particular coming in, the kingfisher. Oh, no. Sorry. The knight. Now remember we said wrong knight. Okay, so remember that information that we shared. Feeling bombarded. Hold on. Where did I read that? What I'm trying to say is there's been these energies, and so if you instead of going within to repair these energies, is like this shadow energy. That's that wrong night. This shadow has grown into like its own energy that draws you in. Okay. So you're going to be receiving messages how to undo that and to make a decision to walk the new path. Okay. So quick, graceful, the master of the elements of air. The hawk is symbol of vision and power, the ability to fly and nest at high altitudes and to see prey and hunt from a great height, bringing special reverence to this majestic and fearless creature. So, we're talking about this as an aspect or a process within you. So, vigilance as you go through the process, impulsiveness, heroism, struggling with ideological compliance or revolt, using subtlety as a way through, holding a grudge, festering anger. So, are you potentially not going within, but instead harnessing onto energies that are keeping you from making the path? It's like smoke and mirrors. Okay, there's feels like there's smoke and mirrors. So have vigilance as you go through to not just take the path that's the easiest. When I'm saying that is the hero within yourself, okay, to remember to take care of yourself first above others, okay, is what's really kind of coming in here. So in the depths of doubt, what do you hold on to strongly? What do you need to stand up for? Where might you be wrongly informed? Okay, so if you're holding a grudge, this is definitely going to hold that energy to keep you separated from yourself, to keep you separated. Okay. All right. So, how can we collaborate with that Knight of Arrows to really help ourselves overcome? Now, the Queen of Stones wants to come in and talk to you about um, stones. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been in here. Okay, hold on. I know Bose talks about your skill set. Okay. Stones, I believe, is the earth element. We're gonna read it. Yeah, the element of earth. So we're talking here about your achievement, your possession, material, your practical skills, your physical ability, your being in the world. And it's like as I see this Queen of Stones, this bear, it's like you with this divine feminine healing, like you're meant to be a spiritualist, you're meant to have a spiritual business, you're meant to lead others by stepping into your divine feminine fully. Okay. So we're talking about power and generosity here. We're talking about confidence. Okay. We're talking about awareness, really claiming, really taking back that power after that time of hibernation. How can you promote your well being? Where can you make space to care for yourself? What needs need to be preserved? It's like there's this hibernation, there's this, you're coming out of that. Well, what's interesting is the time of year that we're in, depending where you are, is like you could be going into this hibernation. Okay. So, again, this is an aspect of you learning to manage things wisely, preserve things of value, making things better, provide amenities, be careful of wasting resources. So the bear is an ancient ancestor, okay? And the cave, the bear hibernated in caves during cold winters. Neanderthals buried their skulls here and even shared their caves during some of the periods. Okay. The bear is a symbol of power and protection of the land. And so, in a lot of ways, the bear protects the mountain that houses your creativity, that houses your power. And if we hold on to that power so much that we let nothing in, it's like we never get this new dawn. Okay, so it's really all about not holding back. Okay, I feel it so strongly. Taking the chances, coming out, allowing yourself to experience, allowing yourself to see things in a new light. And it's like also seeing changes. I feel like the view is very different. It's like you wake up and it's like the view is different right now. But how can you create while you wait? There is this waiting period, there's this alignment, okay? And as I feel I'm talking about this divine feminine healing, this alignment is waiting for this healing over these next 6 months. This healing comes in, okay? And this healing is all about that harmony and that heart center. This is something that you've been going through. Keep in mind, you've been here for years, okay? So this is something that you've been going through a time. We're almost kind of taking a snapshot. And what's at the center, though, is this divine feminine. Like you are meant to really be a creator in so many ways, whether it's art, whether it's healing, whether it's uh, modality, whether it's, it doesn't really matter what it is, it's unique to each and all of you. Okay. So that wanted to come out forward. And then we have the page of bows coming out because this is where you are presently. This is like the whale has just fallen. This is where we are. We're kind of like at this beginning and ending, but at a beginning of something new. And so as your energy is ending one thing and starting something new, it's like you're pulled in these directions. And so this is why you've been brought here so that you can almost in a lot of ways, um, as the dust settles, you can assimilate the best steps that are best for you. Okay, so here we have the page of bows, and they have a very fierce hunting instinct and the ability to live underground, combined with changing color from its fur from white to red and black tail, the three sacred colors of the ancient world. The stout has mystical links to the sovereignty of the land. And this is what I was feeling with you. Like you're very connected. You're meant to work in that aspect. So you're working your way up the ladder. Interesting. Is there a connection to pile number two? Okay. If so, please listen to the wisdom of the stout. Okay. Learning to engage with life, devotion to an interest or hobby, being indiscriminate and jumping into the thick of things. So, who's offering you an opportunity? What are the advantages of staying where you are? How would things change if you engage? So, this is really just kind of taking a look at all the different aspects. There's different pathways that you can go. And it's like you feel that there's different pathways, but what's really kind of coming in here to guide you where you are now is to create while you wait. It's very definitely you definitely want to make a mark. I feel it. Okay. You want to make a mark. And this mark is in this divine feminine healing, really holding into this high priesthood. And it's like, as you heal yourself, like, look at, as you heal the creator within you to make the mark. And it's just like following the steps to, like, just like when you came in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, following the steps. Okay. Knowing that, um, knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be, because what I'm feeling is, I feel like you have a very deep relationship. I do feel it with the earth. Okay. The earth really guides you. And that's why getting out in nature and experiencing that is really going to be help keep you stay grounded. Now let's go ahead and roll the die and see over these next 6 months what energy is coming in for you. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we've got the wild offering coming in for you. Let's go ahead and shuffle your energy in. This has a lot to do with your health, okay? Because this is not, like I said, as we're looking at this card, this is like a major healing within you so that you can step in to make the mark to be that creator, okay? Are you seeing this? So let's go ahead and shuffle in your energy. I'm going to do 3 shuffles here. And then we're going to take a look at the steps. And this is what it's all about today. It's like we're taking the steps before the fall. Now what's going to come into balance. All right. So this time we're going to read what's coming forward for you. Okay. So let's do 4 shuffles now. Okay. So we start at gratitude. Really filling yourself with gratitude, really embarking on this journey over these next 6 months to ascertain this divine feminine healing so that you can step in to make that mark, to be that creator, to develop that skill so that you can feel the abundance and that you can continue to do that which makes you feel so passionate. Okay, I feel it so strongly. First card out here in the shuffle is to be really patient. This structure, be patient over these next 6 months as things, as the view changes, your relationships, okay? Your relationships to work, your relationships within your family, your relationships to your friends. You may have things falling off. You may have things coming together. It's going to be different for all of us. Expect some creative blocks because we literally have a transformation in the harmony in the center of your energetic blueprint. And this really determines where the energies flow. Okay, so if you're an artist, you might feel some blocks. That's okay. It's all with these peonies, we're like going down deep so that we can almost like regenerate and rejuvenate the soil, okay? So that what you're here to be and to hold on to can really flourish. Can really flourish. It's gonna feel kind of lonely. You're gonna feel this is all about you. A lot of people will not understand. Keep coming back to this channel because I'm sure I will understand and you'll align with other people that will understand. But this is a journey within yourself. And it is very hard to describe because basically what's happening is what you're doing is healing yourself through the modality that you're going to use with others. And that's very complex. That's very complex. But this is your true blue, friends. Okay? So even though you might feel lonely, maybe you feel your work like nobody else is doing it. There seems to be a lot of judgments flying up right now. How can you just allow those to dissipate, okay, and really just step in to this passion? Allow what really fuels that soul, okay, because this is so abundant for you. Now, this is really interesting because we have mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels love no matter what. So it's like over these 6 months, as you go through this transformation, right? As we are building literally a new frequency, harmony within the heart, which opens up whole new experiences. I mean, as you're learning new things, you're going to make mistakes, but how can you learn from them? Okay. So, this is kind of the energy going here. Be really easy on yourself. I was feeling this right away. Here, we're feeling that boredom. How can we replace that boredom with love? Okay. Love for self, love for others, love for every step. How can we make every step meditative? How can we feel nourished in every step moving forward? This seems really important to you. How can you know that you are enough as we overcome that grudge, as we allow that smoke to clear, that delusion, that grudge, that thing that's in the way? How can we know that we're enough? How can we nourish? And how can we, as I see these leaves and as we're into this time of year, I'm going to hold it up so you can to read it. But how can we, as we have the whale fall and as we are embarking in fall where we are, how can we just let it fall away? Okay, the grudges, the stubbornness, the things that are in between. Because sometimes the whole pathway we build around it actually creates the diversion of unable to make the choice. Okay, so let the leaves fall. Allow the rain to come in to nourish the roots. Let's get down to the bottom. Okay, that's where we are. Let's get down to the bottom of it so that we can do what? So we can make this decision to evolve, so we can rise above that smoke and mirrors and we can evolve, creating this garden. Okay, knowing, look at that perfectionism to make mistakes. Okay, so it's like maybe in a lot of ways you're afraid that these mistakes are going to derail you. Okay, but the healing is that if you really truly understand, like today I butt dialed one of my friends and I knew instantly, I was like, there's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens for a purpose. So, how can we really allow ourselves to feel rejuvenated by that, to be led by that, to feel and to hold on to passion, um, regardless of the results? Regardless of the results. Sorry. Perfect. I'm like, oh, Spirit wants me to read this. Perfectionism. To make, excuse me, permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. Exactly. It's like if there wasn't mistakes, would we have Reese's peanut butter cups? You got to ask yourself. Sometimes perfection comes from the mistake. Okay. So there are many, many, many things that have been invented over time that were mistakes. And so this really wants to come in this reading today for you. Okay. That this is that structure, that there is no such thing really as a mistake. How can we have the courage to step into the light of what sets our heart on fire? Okay, and then allow that to carry us on our journey. It's not so much about what you see, okay? It's all about the courage to know that you can ascertain and walk the path of all that will occur, okay? And this is one with that healing, okay? This is what's coming in here. Once we have that healing, it's that courage to to step up and to do again what has been blocked from you. And this is multi-traumatic. I've been told many timelines, traumas on many timelines to hold you there. Set the intention to free yourself. Let the light draw you out of the cage like this moth and allow yourself to be attracted, but to see with the eyes of this pink energy, which really has to do with unconditional love for yourself, to see the path is different, to allow yourself to protect your creativity and to protect what is yours, but also to expand and to move forward in teaching others. Okay, there's lots of vibrations and frequencies to the bear. It's not all just, grizzly. I mean, it's how can you be a fun mother? How can you um, teach others to feed? I mean, there's so much involved in this protection of the mountain than just the hibernation. So this intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and to move into harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. And it's also knowing and holding on to the fact that there are no mistakes, there are no wrong turns, that you are always and forever as you make this pathway of this divine feminine healing, which is really kind of truly healing that masculine part within you, right? And really finding that high priestess within you. um, what's really interesting about that is it allows the transformation from desire and will, okay, into harmony and unconditional love. Do you feel the change in frequency? Allow the light to draw you in and to show you the way. And this is I'm smiling because as I see this card, as you're striving, right? I see this current and it's like you're striving, but like, look, you don't need to. It's like the floodwaters are coming in. There's so much abundance coming in this rebirth into this new structure. Okay. And all that loneliness, look at that loneliness from before is being blocked out. This unworthiness is being blocked out. Okay. And this protection doesn't come from the outside in. Like, look at all this unmanifested potential. There's this protection, from inside, this whitening, this wisdom. Eventually, the individual ego drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness, okay, to the answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. And let me tell you, I've been wanting to do this oracle for weeks, but it's all about divine timing. And his energy is always moving. And as you work in that energetic space, you have to allow yourself the flow. Look at that flow. There is so much flowing at all times. And it's like sometimes you just got to jump in the water and go with the current. Okay. And it's just like, this is all for you. You can handle the waters. Okay. This is what you were made for, actually. It's what you were made for. Empowerment. I have never seen this card. Okay. So as the shaman steps forward and says, hey, are you ready for this healing? Look at these colors matching up. It's very empowering. Okay. Luck is on your side. I feel the clovers. Okay. And clover actually pairs with ruby. And this is definitely all about really bringing that fire to that divine feminine, because it's like you're turning into that red coat, right? That red, that black, that tail end of that shadow. The wisdom is coming in, your connection is coming in. You see what's available to you. And it's like you're just awaiting to align to others. You're waiting for others to catch up. Okay, so be empowered. Know that this healing is happening in your favor, that these next 6 months, that whatever falls away, things will come back to you in a new form. You're literally working out the harmony. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of changes, but this is happening for your highest good. I love this. The page of bows. We've got companionship. Okay. I feel this companionship is within you. Okay. And I love this because this is right on top of that intention. And it's like, look at, we have this whitening, we've got this pull to the light, this pull to this harmony and unconditional love, and it just takes over. It just takes over and it creates this whole new you. When you finally, when you fully when you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing you'll be open to the way for a healthy relationship. So this is not, look at how this stout is waiting, how it's looking around, and it's, remember I said it's waiting. We're going to create while we wait. We're going to create while we wait. We're going to focus on that skill. This is not dumbing yourself down for anything that comes along. This is waiting for what's compatible. Having, the highest level of love for yourself and also for those who come in, because I do feel that you are meant to have a spiritual business. Please don't dumb yourself down. Don't just take low-hanging fruit. It is not for you. And in fact, some of the skill that you're working on is not even for you. How can we up level? How can you, look around, talk to your guides, declare the wisdom? How can you continue to refine who you are so that you can pull in what's compatible for you in all facets? And wow, as we go full circle, this feels like a connection to pile number one. As we had this in pile number one, I feel definitely the connection. So we're going to read this card for you, if for all of you. But pile number one, double influence here. If you were 1 and 4, which is really talking about being one with this new structure, allowing the shift in that harmony in that heart. I am one with unlimited love beyond all seeming restrictions of age. I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty. I am a vessel of the divine Shakti. And this is not just age, like linear, although it might be. But for those of you that are here, I do feel that this is something that you've been long time. I do feel longevity here. Definitely feeling, gosh, for many of you, 30 years journey, 30 years making your mark, crafting your skills. It's happened in many different ways. Okay. And this transformation is coming. It's happening. Okay. It's definitely happening. But it's all about this divine timing. It's rising through that muck. And that rising through that muck here really comes back to what? It comes back to the intention of what you want to create. Remember, you get to choose to stay in the cave or to come out and allow the new day. All right? So I love, love, love what's come in for you, pile number 4. I do feel something a little ambiguous. So I just want to go ahead and make sure. Is there anything that we missed for pile number 4? No. Okay. So we completed all right. We've completed our oracle. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed these. I hope you will come back to these messages as they are for the next 6 months. I will be in touch with you soon. Thank you for joining me, and I will chat with you later. Catch you on the flip. Okay.